Testing, 1, 2, check test, 1, 2, he scores!
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena. Looking for your next ride? Get more at Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty, on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. No one on the coast offers more, so why go anywhere else? Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, Jell-O shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Gulf Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cohen Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
Every new Hyundai from Matt Bowers comes with Matt's lifetime warranty included. That's in addition to Hyundai's America's Best Warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and Hyundai Owner Assurance. You get both warranties, making a new Hyundai from Matt Bowers an excellent value. Come visit us today during the Getaway Sales event at our new showroom just off Lorraine Road north of I-10 in Gulfport.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
When injury knocks you out, Bienville Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienville Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Hello out there, we're on the air. It's hockey night tonight. Tension grows, the whistle blows, and the puck goes down the ice. The goalie jumps and the players bump and the fans all go insane. Someone roars, Bobby scores at the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Where players dash and skates and flash, the home team trails behind. But they grab the puck and go bursting up and they're down across the line. They storm the crease like bumblebees. They travel like a burning flame. We see them slide the puck inside. It's a good old hockey game.
As we are ready to go here. Pikarczyk looking for a centering pass, goes all the way to the corner for Henry. Now a quick shot from Lucchese, score! Brandon Lucchese from inside the blue line surprises Bailey Stevens, and the Breakers strike first. It's 1-0 on the road. Here it comes back to Tim Delaney. Now a stretch pass over to Yevdokimov, closing in one-on-one, score! Yaro Yevdokimov, what a feed from Grant Bondi back the other way. Oh my goodness, the vision. And Yevdokimov, in his first game wearing the captain's C, notches his 5th goal of the season. And the Breakers double their margin. It's 2-0. Pikarczyk on over to Caden Henry. Henry looking to fight it on over to Yevdokimov. Drop pass on over. Pikarczyk shoots. Score! Lucas Pikarczyk. A beautiful passing play from the Breakers. That was going to be the make or break factor for Charlie Penz's group, is puck possession. How about that time from what's becoming the best line, one of the best lines in the Continental Division. Pikarczyk, Henry, and Yevdokimov. 3-0. Back the other way, Bondi. Just barely able to force it out. Now quick touch pass from Yevdokimov over for Henry. Henry toe drag to his backhand, score! Caden Henry with a highlight reel goal off a beautiful passing play. The exception line does it again. As breaking it out of the zone. Quick opportunity for Hansen. Traveling with him is Conway. Back for Hansen. Conway. They score! Conway Conway tucks it on the short side, and the Breakers extend their lead to 5. How about that passing play from Curtis Hansen to Declan Conway? 2 seconds and 1, and that will do it. As Josh Rosenzweig picks up his first shutout of the season. 45 saves for Josh Rosenzweig. A night he very much needed to get those numbers trending back in the right direction, as now Infantino wants a piece of Steve Ford. A little something going on at center ice as the two teams are being separated by the officials. Yevdokimov hurting his cast of characters back one way. Trey Fisher and Ford still bickering. Officials are getting set to drop the puck. And we are underway from Biloxi. Crowder plays the bank off to Yevdokimov. Strong off the wall, takes it over to Pikarczyk. Backhand pass right over to Henry. In all alone, he shoots, he scores! Caden Henry opens the scoring. 32 seconds in, his 5th of the season. Biloxi strikes first at home. How about French and Schlepp round 2 at center ice, this time in Biloxi. French 6'2", 205 versus AJ Schlepp 6'8", 209. A heavyweight tilt here in the neutral zone. Both guys getting a feel for each other, slowly getting ready to go here at Breaker Bay. A quick fight. And now French comes in first. He gets a couple rights off. Schlepp trying to get free, a couple lefts. Some machine guns back over to the right. Nobody can get free. Schlepp, a couple connections. Trading with Bryce French. French is standing in there. Schlepp continuing to feed him. Grabs the jersey and takes him down. If he wasn't the nicest guy in the world, other than when he's fighting, probably could have pounded him. Yevdokimov comes in to intercept. Bank pass in the neutral zone. Here's Caden Henry with a stick lift. In all alone again. He scores! For an opportunity. And now Alexanian comes in and scores. Was paying a bit of attention to the Lucchese collision with Kim Miettinen over on the half wall. And Alexanian, in the midst of all that, tucks one home and cuts the lead in half. It's 2-1. Cox back over to Chirac. Chirac on his backhand looking in front. And Rosenzweig sprawling all around makes another big-time stop. He has been the rock for the Breakers and their X factor for success. Yevdokimov just missed the feed from Colarusso. Richie Colaruso's found a few really nice passing lanes. Another quick shot. In front, they score! Hat trick! Caden Henry! And here come the buckets. Larwood, stretch pass for Bartlett. Here comes the man. He scores while being taken down. Ross Bartlett gets one back, throws his finger in front of his mouth to quiet the crowd. Instead, just no blood, and I think it should have happened there as Chirac buries one right in the bumper position, surrounded by blue jerseys. And he gets into a prime scoring area, and when Chirac has room, he can let it fly. Henry shimmies, shoots, save made, Coffee, rebound, they score! Darius Davidson on the doorstep. His first as a Breaker gives them the lead with 10:15 to go. Dylan Infantino at the circle. Finds Thornton, now Infantino again. Infantino looking in front, the rebound on goal, and Coffee stands strong. The rebound, Crowder! Something happened. As in front, there it is. Ross Bartlett from the top of the blue paint tips one through the legs of Josh Rosenzweig. And now Yevdokimov fanned on the pass attempt, and now Bartlett springs ahead. Yevdokimov back checking. Bartlett to the middle, Alexanian. Bartlett scores. Short-handed. Ross Bartlett, a hat trick on the road. stuns Breaker Nation, blowing kisses on his way down to High Five Coffee. Broken up by Cole Crowder. And now here come the Breakers, 2-on-1 Crowder and Yevdokimov. Yarrow to his backhand, in all alone, off the post, no! Rosenzweig was already celebrating. Coffee can't believe it, he's down. Somehow that didn't go in. Everyone in the building thought it went in as Cox and Rosenzweig collide. Now another opportunity, closing in all alone, backhand opportunity, Coffee stones Bondi. Quick move to his forehand, tiptoeing the blue line, quick pass across, closing in, Pikarczyk, scores! Lucas Pikarczyk ends it in overtime.
The following is a presentation of the Federal Prospects Hockey League. Any unauthorized broadcasts without the express written consent of the Biloxi Breakers and the FPHL are strictly prohibited.
It's Hockey Night live from Biloxi, Mississippi. My name's Devin Dobeck. Along with you, the Breakers and the Zydeco clash for the fourth time this season, coming off an entertaining affair last night, a 6-2 Baton Rouge victory. But what a game it was. A 4-goal span in 5 minutes and 13 seconds sealed the fate for the Breakers in the second period as the Zydeco went on to get that 6-2 victory. But at the start of period 3, after some jawing heading into the locker room for the second intermission, there was a line brawl to begin period 3. 142 penalty minutes were dispensed, along with 9 ejections. The only one that was left standing was Tyler Larwood, missing a few chiclets and in a fishbowl for the remainder of the game. But it was a fun one. We expect some of those tensions to boil on over into tonight's matchup, and it should be a fun one. Let's jump into our tale of the tape between the Zydeco and the Breakers. Squaring off for the 4th time out of 12 matchups, the Zydeco snapped their 9-game losing streak with a win last night. They're 2-7-2, the Breakers 3-10-1. The Zydeco have played 3 less games than Biloxi, so keep that in mind. They are only behind them by 1 point in the standings, but 3 games in hand. Still very early in the season, though. 2.9 goals for versus 3.7 for the Breakers. A -28 goal differential for the Breakers, a -17 for the Zydeco. On the power play, the Breakers a shade under 20% at 19.7. The Zydeco 11.9%. On the kill, 75% for Biloxi, 77.8% for the Zydeco. Number 6 team in the Continental versus the number 7. Zydeco 1-1-1 against the Breakers this season. 2-1-0 is the Breakers' record against them. While we have an extra second here, let's take a look at our Matt Bowers Hyundai starting lineups. First, for the visiting Zydeco, they go with Alden, Madyarov, and Weber. The defensive pairing of Kim Miettinen and Tyler Larwood. In between the pipes is Connor Green. First start he's made in over a week. For the Breakers, Declan Conway, Dylan Infantino, and Lucas Pikarczyk are the top line for Charlie Penn's group tonight. Cole Crowder and Declan Flanagan are the defensive pairing, with Josh Rosenzweig in between the pipes. We're going to send it ice level for our new introduction video, which we will play for you. They're introducing the Zydeco starting lineup currently, but should be a fun one here. Breakers closing out their 1 game at home. It's a home-and-home set with the Zydeco, and then they head to Topeka for 2, and then the Monroe Moccasins for 2. So we'll be back in a few short moments here for our intro video as the Zydeco are set to take the ice. Stick with us.
Fans, it's time to get out your phones and line up Breaker Band.
French comes in first. He gets a couple rights off. Schlepp trying to get free. A couple lefts. Some machine guns back over to the right. Nobody can get free. Schlepp, a couple connections. Trading with Bryce French. French is standing in there. Schlepp continuing to feed him. Grabs the jersey and takes him down. 45 saves for Josh Rosenzweig. A night he very much needed to get those numbers trending back in the right direction, as now Infantino wants a piece of Steve Ford. A little something going on at center ice as the two teams are being separated by the officials. Yaroslav Dakimov hurting his cast of characters back one way. Trey Fisher and Ford still bickering. A couple right from Schlepp, loses his helmet, continues to connect with Bryce Brent. Couple more over the top from the bare knuckle light sports competitor, continuing to go. Oh, he puts him down. AJ Schlepp with a. Here we go. Schlepp is going to try and jump Larwood, and now we've got a line brawl. Garrett Johnson calling out Ed Coffey for one at the red line. Everybody's got a dance partner. Wyzak throwing with Larwood. Crowder with some bombs on the far side. Schlepp teeing off on the far side. He goes down. Thornton and Infantino in their own brawls. Biloxi still going. We need a wider shot on the camera. Crowder with a couple more big hammers. Still throwing. Back up on their feet. We continue, and finally Crowder with a couple more. A line brawl to open up period number 3. It's going to be a party in the box. Steve Ford. AJ Schlepp began the altercation. Still down on the ice is Larwood and
Breaker fans, are you ready? I said, are you ready? It's time to get on your feet for tonight's starting lineup. Brought to you by Matt Howard Hyundai and Gulfport. Starting on the bench, number 19, Cole Crowder. Also on the bench, number 7, Declan Flanagan. Starting at forward, number 44, Declan Conway. Also at forward, number 93, Dylan Infantino. Also at forward, number 27, Lucas Picarchak. And in goal for your breakers, number 34, Josh Rosenzweig. And here comes the rest of your Biloxi Breakers. Head coach of your breakers is Charlie Patton Jr., assistant coach Brett Riley, equipment manager Mike Roy, and team doctor from Bienville Orthopedic, Dr. Katerina Armina. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise and remove your caps for the singing of our national anthem. Performing our national anthem tonight is
A tremendous rendition of our nation's anthem as we await puck drop here inside the Mississippi Coast Coliseum. Two proximate rivals. A new rivalry has been born, the Zydeco and the Breakers, Baton Rouge and Biloxi. The battle for the Gulf South will begin shortly. We mentioned Josh Rosenzweig is tonight's starting goaltender for the Breakers. On the other end, Connor Green, 6'1", 190 out of Tampa Bay, Florida, comes in dressing for the 109th game that he's been a part of. A record of .927, 0-8, a .901 save percentage, 3.80 goals against average, and he has 2 career shutouts. This season with the Zydeco, a record of 0-0-0 and 1. A .925 save percentage, 2.63 goals against average, and still looking for his first shutout of the season. As for the Breakers, Josh Rosenzweig pulled himself after the 6th goal went in last night. He's shuffling the lines a little bit, and we are ready to go here in Biloxi. Off the ensuing faceoff, Cole Crowder shoots one in that Green's forced to turn aside quickly. Zydeco will begin things slowly. Madyarov sending one into the middle. Picked up by Ilner Madyarov, and chipped back in. Now down in the corner, it's centered, but the pass goes awry and taken away by Pikarczyk. Aldi Nerland and Darius Davidson back in the lineup for the Breakers tonight. Also, Brendan Spinelli making his Breakers debut, traded from Indiana earlier this week. And the Canton, Massachusetts native, 6', 190, is ready to come and bolster this Breaker back end. Caden Henry fishes it out of his own skates and now in stride across the blue line. He cuts in and shoots one. That's sticked away by Connor Green. Nerland coiling back into his own end. Always a risk when you take it into your own zone, but he plays the puck over to Bondi. Bondi thought about going to the middle and wisely takes it back to the near wall. Pass up the boards looking for Yevdokimov, goes long, and it's our first Ben & Jerry's at the Hard Rock Cafe icing. Good chance to talk about our new promotion, our stocking stuffer deal. Great value here, 4 terrace level seats for the December 27th game. 4 Breakers pucks, 4 small waffle cones from Ben & Jerry's, and 4 Sky Zone jump passes. A $224 value for just $88. So get yours in. You can call our office. The number's on your screen right there. Take a picture of it or pause if you need to. And feel free to find a good little stocking stuffer gift heading into the holidays. Touch pass in the direction of Yevdokimov now belongs to Hunter Alden. Alden was previously with the Athens Rock Lobsters this season for a pair of games and was a key focal point for all the physical play against the Indiana Sentinels a few weeks ago. Did not see him shed the mitts last night. He was not one of the 10. The only suspension that came out of that was A.J. Schlepp, who was given an extra instigator penalty during the game as well. As it's another icing call, and the draw retreats back towards Rosenzweig. Zydeco just about doubled the Breakers' shots last night at 50-24. So the Breakers trying to turn that around and be the more dominant team. They lead early in shots 2-1. Ed Coffey picked up his first win as a member of the Zydeco last night. Former Mississippi Seawolf. Good hit on the far side to tip over Yaro Yevdokimov, the captain. Madyarov had the pass go behind him. Backhands one to space, and it's stolen away by Thornton. On over to Caden Henry. They enter the zone. Henry near circle shoots. The rebound still free. And finally, it's kicked away. Out at the point again, Flanagan. Intentionally wide, hit a defender. Darius Davidson off the wall, gets it back to Flanagan, who shoots one. And it's nabbed out of the air by Connor Green. So Breakers coming out with some pressure early. The Zydeco jumped on the Breakers in the shot department early on in period 1 yesterday. It was back and forth for the first couple minutes before ultimately the Zydeco hit their stride and pulled away. That 4 goals in 5 minutes and 13 seconds in the second period was just too much to insurmount. Garrett Johnson came in, made 24 saves on 24 shots as now we're going to get some pushing and shoving. Spinelli down there in the midst of it, sporting number 55 for the Breakers. Can't nudge a guy into the goaltender and get away with it scot-free. Another guy to keep your eye out for the Zydeco tonight is Thomas Murphy, number 9, acquired via trade from the Topeka Scarecrows for Hunter Hall, part of that deal. And he is a heavyweight in the FPHL. You'd imagine with his return to the lineup that he will be looking for some physicality and maybe someone to answer the bell. No A.J. Schlepp with his one-game suspension. Alex Sanian had a good chance just outside the crease there for a moment. And now another collision on the far wall. Carter Thornton involved in that. Rosenzweig has that one come up in the chest, and he'll hold on. 17:06 to go in our Republic Finance first period. Breakers wearing their specialty Movember jerseys. They've got mustaches printed all over them. Kind of looks like polka dots. Blue numbers and blue trim. Blue helmets and a white base on the jerseys and socks. Zydeco in their Road Navy uniforms has the Baton Rouge skyline right around the waist area. Pretty cool. Rosenzweig, a good save on the Alden deflection in front. Ross Bartlett out there taking one of his first shifts. He had a hat trick in this building when the Breakers took on the Zydeco on November 8th. Bartlett will chip this one in deep. Crowder in a foot race for an icing call, and the referee grants it to the dismay of Hunter Alden, who can't believe it. Thought he had Crowder beat, but the officials deemed that he did not, and so the draw will return back to the Baton Rouge end. Our officials tonight for the contest. Referees are Bob Langdon and Gordon Laws. Linesmen Brian Thurnauer and Chris Gunter. Taking a slight delay ahead of the face-off here. Dmitry Kuznetsov glides around. He had a goal last night, one of 6 different goal scorers for the Baton Rouge Zydeco. Kuznetsov on his 4th FPHL team. He's been with the River Dragons, Hat Tricks, the Mississippi Seawolves, and now with the Baton Rouge Zydeco. It's his 2nd season there. Last season had 39 points across 50 games, and one of their marquee pieces if they're going to climb out of the Continental Division basement. Breakers win the ensuing faceoff. Shot comes in, deflected in front, and goes wide. Now another turnover. Conway's backhander's turned aside by Green. Zydeco force a turnover. Bartlett will begin the outlet pass, and here comes the Zydeco. Down in the corner below the end line. Bartlett sweeps it around to the point, but Miettinen was in the midst of a change. And so the Zydeco unsuccessful. Tyler Larwood is slotted as a defender tonight. He's wearing the cage after Colton Wyzak got into a fight with him to begin the 3rd period last night. But Larwood flexed to a defensive role. Ross Bartlett sending one in front. Rosenzweig hugging that post, now pinning the puck behind him. And the referees are going to untangle everybody. Bondi and Infantino with some pushing and shoving. Madiarov involved down there. Cole Crowder comes in to help secure the perimeter around the blue paint. "15 minutes and 54 seconds to go here in period 1, and already a little bit of pushing and shoving. We knew this was going to be a physical affair, but at the same time, these two bottom of the division teams desperately need those 3 points. They could prove to be critical, especially for the Breakers, who've played 3 more games. Breakers lead in the season series. Hit by Flanagan over into Jake Cox on the near wall. Centering feed is deflected and eventually clicked out of the zone by Yaro Yevdokimov. Nerland forces a turnover on the near side. Henry forcing it to the middle. Yevdokimov couldn't catch up to the pass. Didn't get much on it that time was Henry. Now below the end line again. It's knocked away from Scott Chirac. And now a nice job for him to break it out across the blue line. Almost took a big hit, and now finally Chirac collides with Declan Flanagan. Might have caught the brunt of that. Cox run into the wall by Fisher. Nerland. Back across to Flanagan. Flanagan will wrap it around the wall in deep. Misplayed for a moment. You have Dakimov's centering pass. Went through the paint, but Henry couldn't poke it home. Inside 15 minutes to go here, period one. Here comes Crowder. Barreling through the neutral zone all the way to the goal. And elected not to uncork a shot. His pass back out to the point gets by Carter Thornton, and Rosenzweig will have to handle it. Spinelli and Rosenzweig still getting to know each other on that back end. Now here comes Darius Davidson across the line, and the Breakers will get caught off. That will take us into our first media timeout. Still no score from Biloxi. It's our Star Cleaners media timeout. We'll take it and be back in a moment right here on Breakers TV.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
Face off after the offside whistle took us into our media timeout. Devin Dobeck along with you here from inside the Coast Coliseum. The horn went off as the puck was dropped, and so the refs will elect to redo it. The line out there featuring Curtis Hansen centering Carter Thornton and Darius Davidson. Face off win clean, and now here we go. Thomas Murphy's found his dance partner. It's Brendan Spinelli. Spinelli and Murphy going at it on the far side in front of the Zydeco bench. Murphy comes with a big right. Spinelli back with a right. Now some machine gun from Murphy trying to get free. Spinelli got a hold of him. Still battling Murphy, a few uppercuts. Spinelli's got the helmet off. Both helmets are loose. Both competitors going down, and Brendan Spinelli, welcome to Biloxi. Earns the respect of his new fan base and his coaching staff, and Spinelli throws the jersey back on. And at 14:25, what a good bout that was. Brendan Spinelli, the Canton, Massachusetts native, answers the bell to the heavyweight Thomas Murphy. Murphy landed the majority of the shots, but Spinelli hung in there with one of the best heavyweights in the FPHL. Slightly biased in saying that. Thomas Murphy, a dasher last season, which is where I was, and did not see him lose a fight last season. But Spinelli hung in there with him. Both guys 5 for fighting and some energy for both sides. It was only a matter of time before someone was going to drop, and Spinelli with a great introduction. Couple cowbells ringing off for Spinelli as he's announced for fighting on the PA system. Davidson tied up on the wall with Ethan Matcham. Chirac pivoting away from Carter Thornton. Thornton retrieves the loose puck in the neutral zone and slides back towards his end. Kuznetsov had it taken away by Darius Davidson back in the lineup. 8 games played for him as a Breaker. Rocking number 8, 2 goals and an assist. Best game came against this Zydeco team. Had a go-ahead goal to make it 4-3 all the way back on November 8th. Inside 14 minutes to play. Closer to 13 and a half, if you will. Still no score. Chirac with some words for Fisher, or rather that was Larwood. No, excuse me, Kuznetsov. into the neutral zone. Conway back over to Pikarczyk. Pikarczyk, backhand feed for Infantino. He shimmies and shakes before getting it in deep. Now a centering feed again. Flanagan cue-balled it on net, and it was kicked away. Now numbers the other way for the Zydeco. Kuznetsov looking for a lane. Rips one on Rosenzweig, and it's turned aside. Shots are 9-6 in favor of the Baton Rouge Zydeco here. 7 minutes into our opening period. We've already had a fight as we anticipated. Conway tipped over from behind by Kuznetsov. Rosenzweig will play it on out. Brendan Lucchese wraps it around in deep. Charlie Pence didn't seem to like the call, and the draw will return to the Breakers' end. 12:34 to play here, period 1. Top line for the Breakers returns out there. Or at least you have Dakimov out there with Henry. Crowder, Bondi, and Lucchese complete the 5 for the Breakers. 12.5 minutes to go. Good bump by Crowder over on the far wall, and then he's taken down trying to get back to the puck. Henry from a low angle centers it. Punched out to the corner by Matcham. You have Dakimov forces a turnover. Puck comes down low. Out to Fisher. At the circle, shoots one. Still free. Henry scores! Caden Henry puts the Breakers up first with a rebound goal on the backhand to make it 1-0. Credit the assist to Trey Fisher, his first of the season. Fisher had some room to shoot, and sometimes when you're in that defensive role, you're looking for just a good bounce. Fisher got it, and it's to one of the best points getters in the league. He's not going to miss that too many times. Henry bangs it home. Goal number 14 for him. And the Breakers strike first. Ensuing face-off is controlled by Alexanian. Bondi can't land the hit on him.
Assisted by number 9, Trey Fisher. Time of the goal, 7:47 in the first period. That's Henry.
Now below the end line. And we get a whistle, and everybody playing freeze tag now. The referee's whistle couldn't be heard with the PA going on, and so see where they're going to bring the face off. It's going to stay in the Breakers' end in front of Rosenzweig over on the far side.
Come on, Breakers fans, let's make some noise!
Another low angle shot comes in. Rosenzweig's got that one, and we'll have another face-off just as soon as we dropped it. Caden Henry's been quiet by his standards as of late. Was averaging close to 3 points a game about 10 days ago. He's got a goal in back-to-back games again. Now up to 29 points this season. Out in the neutral zone, Matcham in the direction of Rosenzweig, intercepted by Bondi. And he'll break it out on over to Davidson. Flanagan in his own end. Looking for the tape of Davidson. It's in deep. No icing, says the officials. 11.5 minutes to go in our Republic Finance first period. Cox around the circle. Backhanding one, and it's intercepted just over the blue line. Thornton knocked it out. Zydeco resetting. Matcham bumped into by Fisher. Jars the puck free for a moment. Fisher staying door to door on Matcham, runs him into the wall. Kuznetsov through traffic. Alexanian on the doorstep. Can't uncork the turnaround shot. Still free to Matcham. Everybody trying to get repositioned. It's now a centering pass tipped on Rosenzweig. Alexanian coiling and sends it back to the top of the key. Matcham thought about the drive. Gives it to Kuznetsov. Matcham's one-timer. Deflects on over to the corner. Steve Ford pulling down low. Banking it out to the point for Matcham. 1-0 Breakers, 10.5 minutes to go in our first period. So Rosenzweig knocks that one up and out of play for another save. Quick discussion after the whistle between Bartlett and Fisher. Ross Bartlett this season playing in now his 12th game, 5 goals and 4 assists, but had a hat trick against the Breakers a few weeks ago, as I mentioned. Rosenzweig another quick save on the shot off the draw, and we'll do it again, 10-18. But Bartlett playing for his 7th FPHL team. Been with the Carolina Thunderbirds, Port Huron Prowlers, Motor City Rockers, Watertown Wolves, Mississippi, Topeka, and now Baton Rouge. Conway, fans on the pass attempt, is looking for a streaking Picard check through the neutral zone. Halfway home here in period number 1. Bartlett near circle. Centering feed, Rosenzweig got collided with by Alexanian, then Bondi flipped him over. Pikarczyk tried a toe drag and forgot the puck in the process. Bartlett, a skip pass up to Alexanian. Bondi with his stick on the wall. Centering feed, got through everyone. Steve Ford was crashing the net. Conway to his backhand, whips around Alexanian. Now back for Pikarczyk as he's wiped a little late after the puck had been out of his grasp. Bartlett, Flanagan coming over to cover. And Flanagan, a good effort to deflect that one up and into the seats for our second media timeout. We'll take it, 1-0. The Breakers jump in front on Caden Henry's 14th.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Back here inside the Coast Coliseum, Devin Dobeck along with you. Zydeco established the zone early on. Puck bleeds on over to the far side for Yevdokimov, who chips it into the neutral area. Yeka Topali had it punched away from his grasp. And Katola softly chips one in on Rosenzweig. Pass into the middle, into the skates, and Nerlan is collected. Now a one-touch from Yevdokimov to Henry. Henry toe drags to his backhand. What a save by Connor Green. That was a big save early on in this contest. Caden Henry pulling out the magic and almost found his second here in just the first period alone. Green says no as Spinelli and Murphy are released from the sin bin. Spinelli a nice reception back to the Breakers bench. Shots are 16-8 in favor of the Zydeco. There was just a good flurry after the Breakers' goal in on Josh Rosenzweig. Seems much more level-headed tonight after a controversial third goal with the net being off its mooring last night, and after that it just was a flurry from the Zydeco. 4 goals on the first 8 shots in the second period before Johnson entered. Anderson fiddling and diddling his way to the middle. Now a blind pass in the direction of Carter Thornton. Ford. In deep, Thornton. And Brendan Lucchese, who was at the point or the heart of a lot of physical play last night. We'll keep an eye on him as well. Kuznetsov looking to cut off Carter Thornton as Green will cover, and everybody pops in front of Curtis Hanson to make sure the situation will not escalate. Chad Bailey, head coach for the Zydeco. Charlie Penns, the head coach for the Breakers. Looking to get their teams on the right track, still very early on in this FPHL season. This one will be cleared all the way down again. Bondi in a race, but had him by a few strides, and Ben & Jerry's icing will return back to Connor Green's end of things. Infantino and Narek Alexanian on the ensuing faceoff. Alexanian playing in his 12th game. Had a pair of assists last night. He's up to 11 points on the year. Below the end line. Infantino right back out. They score! Declan Conway. Connor Green was trying to locate the puck below the end line. Conway was at the back door, knocking profusely. Banged it home. 2-0 Breakers. Infantino with points in 3 straight now. He's starting to heat up for the Breakers when they need him most. Zydeco jumped out to an early 2-0 lead last night. Breakers do it in front of their home fans here tonight. Set to drop the puck once again, but Declan Conway up to 21 points himself on the season. That's his 10th goal into double digits. Trails only Caden Henry for the team lead. Henry with 14. Pass into the middle for Aldi Nerland. Backhanded in the direction of Fisher. Bank pass for Yevdokimov. Got away from him just a little bit. Lucas Pikarczyk picks up the assist as well. Back to work come the Zydeco. Bondi, or rather Spinelli, around the wall where it's retrieved by Nerland. Soft pass is picked off by Hekatapali. Quick shot from Ethan Matcham gets through everything. Now back behind Rosenzweig. Had a 45 save scoreless outing against the Zydeco back on November 7th. Just his second in his career. And already off to a hot start here tonight. Shot 16-10 in favor of Baton Rouge, but the Breakers have the 2 that count. 6 minutes, 50 seconds to go. Wherever you're listening, Breakers TV on YouTube, Sportfy and 106.3 Super Talk Mississippi. Welcome. Happy to have you on board for our telecast and radio broadcast. Chirac glides by Flanagan, walking in, backhander, and he flipped it way over the goal. I think Rosenzweig was a touch out of position there as he readjusts himself to center, but Chirac just lifted that one way up. Sometimes players struggle to get the backhand in the air at all. That time, Chirac just clean picked it. Crowder locked up with Matcham in the corner. Centering feet, Pikarczyk over to Flanagan, who shoots. Glove save made by Green. Declan Flanagan was waiting like a kid on Christmas morning for that puck to spit out, and finally it did. And he's denied by the glove of Connor Green. A big stop to keep this game from turning into 3-0 early on. Zydeco have played to their high shot quality, or high shot quantity style. That's been the theme for them. Bartlett crunched into the wall by Darius Davidson. Hanson back for Lucchese. Now Davidson jabs it down low to Hanson. Hanson had his stick locked up by Katola and his pocket picked. Might have even been Hunter Alden, excuse me. Shot through traffic, didn't get in on Rosenzweig. Blocked down by Bondi. Carter Thornton putting it in a sport, a nice dangle into the neutral zone. Thornton leading the odd man charge. One touch back to Hansen, and now we'll go in hard to run into Machum. He's sandwiched by a couple breakers. Fisher in the direction of Thornton, hopped over his stick on the bouncing puck. And then Thornton with another good hit in Alexanian. Bartlett forcing a turnover. Fisher on his horse to come back and stop him. Bartlett cut off by Fisher. Great effort and great wheels by the Chilliwack, British Columbia native. Lucchese back for Darius Davidson. Davidson has gotten her land, moves to his backhand, and the puck's knocked away. Henry barely gets it to Yevdokimov, back looking for Henry. He's run into the wall by Katola. Henry takes a big hit to the chest. Now Fisher with it again, shoots one. Knocked down in front by Matyarov and chipped out into the neutral zone. Fisher then run into the wall hard by Matyarov, and he wants a piece of him with the cage on. Now here we go, Matyarov and Fisher. Fisher locked up with Matyarov, still on their feet by the Zydeco bench. They go down. Fisher took exception to the late hit, and this rivalry continues to impress here with 4:38 to go. Matyarov had the cage on, so it's tough to land some shots, and Fisher's going to go to the box along with him.
Let's give it up for number 9, Trey Fisher.
So Fisher already with an assist in a fight tonight. Tough to uncork some punches on a guy wearing a cage. Matyarov with a bit of an injury. We'll take a break, catch our breath. A fun one here, 2-0 Breakers.
When injury knocks you out, Bienvo Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienville Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
Welcome you back inside the Coast Coliseum out of our media timeout. Pair of fights and a pair of goals, both belonging to the hometown Breakers. Fun game it's been here early on in our Republic Finance first period. Both these teams searching for this win. Carolina, or rather Twin City, has the Binghamton Black Bears, which is almost always an automatic loss for a bottom 3 or 4 team in a division, barring some miracle. We'll keep an eye on that game. The Black Bears are typically versus the other 13 teams in the league. The Breakers will be supporting them tonight. Bondi backhanding one out of the zone off the face-off tie-up. Trey Fisher was given a 2-minute instigating penalty, so the Breakers are short-handed. It's a Raven and Rose tattoo penalty kill. They just put it on the board a little late, so we will keep you up to date with the clock via audio. 4:10 to go in the period, and another 90 seconds on the penalty to Fisher. Rosenzweig swats it out. Cox forcing one back on goal that Rosenzweig scrambles to keep out. Brandon Lucchese serving the extra 2 minutes for Trey Fisher as they deflect one home and score. A tip on a shot from the point. Deflected home. Austin Weber, who had no points coming into the weekend, now has 2 goals and 2 assists against the Breakers this weekend. And it's 2-1. Discipline's going to be a focus in this game. 2 teams who've been all over the place with their special teams. Shots are 18-11 Zydeco. Raven and Rose tattoo penalty kill is 0 for 1. 3:55 to go in our first period. And this game's feeling a lot like last night. Breakers scored a power play goal in the final 5 minutes last night to make it 2-1. And the Zydeco have done that just here. A lot of similarities, but we didn't have the early fights last night. Spinelli on the back check. Bartlett's pass goes through everyone. Infantino, or rather Henry, back to Nerland. For Yevdokimov. Nerland didn't get much on the shot attempt there. Might have been looking to the front door for Caden Henry. Yekatopali. Banking one off the wall for Alden. He hits the brakes, waits for some help out of the line change. Flanagan bangs him into the wall. Out to the point it comes. Katola. He had a goal last night as well. Deflected shot goes wide, and Caden Henry will skate it out into the neutral area. Henry. All the way around the goal. Turnaround shot. Didn't get in on Green. Gets his own miss. Backhand feed to Pikarczyk. Pikarczyk run into the wall by Matcham. And it bleeds back to Austin Weber, who's hammered into the wall by Infantino. Kuznetsov back to the open ice in his own end. Conway and Pikarczyk right there with him. Chirac a couple head fakes and shoots the puck in deep. Rosenzweig couldn't paddle it down below the end line. Rosenzweig will not jump on it. Crowder plays it for Lucchese. Lucchese for Declan Conway, stretching it back to Crowder. Crowder motoring into the offensive zone. Shoots one. Save made by Green, and he will hold for a face-off. 2 minutes and 8 seconds to go in our Republic Finance first period. And these two teams always make for an entertaining night of hockey here in the Gulf South. Cowbells are going here at the Coast Coliseum. 2:05 to go. Spinelli gets it to Davidson. Davidson, a little hard with the hands, couldn't handle it. Larwood takes a check from Davidson, but avoided most of it. Bondi hits the brakes below his end line and breaks the puck out to Spinelli, and immediately rejected right back towards Rosenzweig. 100 seconds to go in the first period. 2-1, Breakers in front. Bondi for Thornton. Thornton reversed his hit. Oh, that was a nice one on Austin Weber. Took the brunt of that. Weber, the lone goal scorer on his deflection for the Zydeco here tonight early on. Bondi. Pass across for Spinelli. Now Caden Henry twirls and through his own circles will begin his charge. Avoids a check. Now across the line. Drops it for Yevdokimov. Down low Henry. Centering feed. Didn't connect with Nerland. Flanagan backhanding one. Stepping up, and now the Zydeco with it. 2-on-2 back the other way. Cox. Pass out of his reach. Lucchese bats it off the wall. Chirac looking for a feed below the end line. There's a 3 or 4 or now 5-man scrum on the near side wall. 40 seconds to go in the first. Henry for Yevdokimov. Saucer pass right to the tape of Nerland. Nerland, nice dangle to get over the blue line. Avoids a couple checks. Finds it on over to Yevdokimov again. And a couple sticks on the back check broke up that play. Chirac, far side. Kuznetsov shoots right into the catching mid of Rosenzweig. And another face-off coming with 21 seconds to go, period one. Aldi Nerland having a conversation with Kim Miettinen, Finland native and the Kazakhstan native. Fisher and Madyarov still in the box for their fight. Crowder backhanding one around Spinelli. 15 seconds to go. Bartlett dragging one in through the middle. Swept in the direction of Rosenzweig by Alden. And Rosenzweig looking like a Hungry, Hungry Hippo leaping out to jump on that one. Eight seconds to play here in the first period. Breakers have got to be wary of a quick shot off the draw. Zydeco scored a couple goals against them in their previous home-and-home set with just clean face-off plays with clean shots. Conway flips it up, a good clear. This one will not go the distance and will take out the remaining couple seconds as Katola and Pikarczyk lock up for a moment, and that will do it for our first period. A fun one. The Breakers lead it 2-1. Zydeco lead in shots 19-12. But a fun affair thus far. 40 more minutes to play. And it's going to be a fun ride. So we'll take a break, step aside for our first intermission, and be back in a moment right here on Breakers TV. Welcome back into Breaker Banner. Devin Dobeck joined by Josh Rosenzweig, the goaltender for the Biloxi Breakers, the first goaltender who's made an appearance on Breaker Banner. So Josh, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Well, Rosie, you're from Toronto, Ontario, so of course one of many Canadians on this team. When did you first begin to play the game, and did you always want to be a goaltender from a young age, or is it something you developed into?
Yeah, I mean, I've been basically playing hockey my whole life. Started when I was like 3 years old. You know, playing mini sticks in the basement with my dad as a kid. Fell in love with the game, watching Toronto Maple Leaf games, falling asleep on his lap as a baby. Just sort of fell in love with the game, and then always wanted to be a goalie.
So you said the Toronto Maple Leafs were your favorite team growing up. Did you have a favorite player that you admired growing up, and who's your favorite player now?
I think it was James Reimer, the goalie.
Oh, yeah.
So he was number 34, and that's why I sort of picked 34, because that was the guy.
Stuck with you there
Yeah.
for a bit. Now you're rocking his number, but after growing up, you finally went into the GOJHL for the Niagara Falls Canucks and the Welland Junior Canadians. How did your game develop in those leagues before your career really took a leap to the next level?
Yeah, moving away from home at 16, getting drafted to Niagara. They sent me down to Welland and the Canucks to get in games. I was still with the team practicing with the Ice Dogs, and then just conditioning stints, getting into action in the Goj. It was really good just to see what juniors were like for the first time, and getting a grasp of everything.
So after your time in the GOJHL, you move on to the OHL, which for every avid hockey fan, they know that is the major junior league up in Canada. 3-letter league. You had the opportunity to play 3 full seasons in the OHL for the Niagara Ice Dogs. How different was the competition playing at that higher level compared to where you'd been in the G?
Yeah, obviously playing in the OHL, it's the best league in the world, major junior league. It was great for my development, and playing against the best of the best night in, night out. I'm very grateful that I got to do that.
So playing against the best of the best, I'm sure you crossed paths with some superstars nowadays.
Yeah.
Was there anyone that you played with that's made it to the show or played against?
Yeah, probably a dozen guys. A lot of them, you know, we grew up together. We're all like close buddies. A good example would be Wyatt Johnson. He's in on the Dallas Stars now. He's kind of the big name out of all the guys. He's making $64 million contract, so he's doing well. Guys like Quentin Byfield, Shane Wright, Mason McTavish, and the list goes on. I mean, all sort of household names now in the NHL, and just growing up with them, through minor hockey and then playing with them in the OHL and seeing them getting drafted to the NHL and playing at the highest level possible. It's really cool to see that.
Did you have the opportunity to stay in touch with any of these guys from the OHL team? How close-knit was that group, and how's it today?
Yeah, I mean, I still keep in touch with most of my teammates from Niagara. Even my buddies, like I said, like Wyatt and stuff, in the summers, just training with them off the ice and staying in touch, whether it's hanging out at one of the guys' cottages or just getting on the ice and getting ready for the season.
What was your favorite part about playing in the OHL? Of course, there's all kinds of glitz and glamour that come with being the best junior league in the world. So what was your favorite part of all that?
Just getting to show up to the rink every day and getting to live out my dream of trying to make it to the NHL. Seeing the guys every day. I mean, I love it. That's why I love hockey. Just being in the room, playing games, traveling on the road, just everything to do with it. Yeah, it's amazing.
So you hold a couple records in the OHL as well, including the most saves in a game, which is 61, a franchise record for Niagara as well, and also the OHL most points by a goaltender in a season. That was 11 assists, also a franchise record in Niagara. What do those awards mean to you now? Looking back at those accolades, does it kind of bring you a sense of fulfillment, or is it something that's in the past? It's in the past, or?
Yeah, I mean, those records are pretty cool to look back on, knowing that that's what I have with me. I'll always have those moments with me. Obviously, really wanted to get drafted to the NHL. That was the dream, but all in all, I mean, I had a pretty good 3-year career there and had a lot of fun and grew a lot on and off the ice. So
moving on here, Rosie, a little bit. So you have your time in the OHL, and then you decide to turn pro, and you come to the United States, somewhere you hadn't played before really in your career. Did you pick up on any glaring differences between playing in America and playing in Canada? Of course, the jump from major junior to pro as well.
Yeah, I think obviously the biggest difference was when you're in major juniors, you're playing 16 to 20-year-olds, and then obviously going pro, there's grown men twice your age, twice your size, and they've been doing it their entire life, and it's pretty interesting to see how the guys act at a pro level. Some guys have wives and kids. They're battling every day, fighting for their jobs, and nothing's ever for granted. And that was probably the biggest adjustment, was you're in a man's game now.
So after your time in Watertown, Rosie, you go to the Athens Rock Lobsters, and this is when, after you had those records in the OHL, this was your next big year to reel in some accolades. Of course, after your season with Athens, you were second in league save percentage at .926, third in wins with 21, and had a Goalie of the Month award. So how did your time in Athens kind of parlay your experience from Watertown and lead to more success for you?
Yeah, I mean, I had a really great year last year. Athens was a great spot. We had a good team in front of us, and we just we were a really good team, and
It was a lot of well-rounded talent. Of course, you look up and down that roster, it's filled with guys who've played at all sorts of different levels. They've got all kinds of accolades. Of course, the defending MVP and points leader in Milan. Playing with all those guys and having those great pieces in front of you, do you think it made your life a little easier, or at least boosted your confidence in between the pipes?
Yeah, we were a pretty deep team. We had good defensemen in front of me, and I think playing in the South last year was really, really cool compared to the North, just because the rinks are bigger, more fans, and I mean, I love playing under the pressure, under the spotlight. I feel like I elevate my game to that and just trying to do that again here.
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena. Looking for your next ride? Get more at Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. No one on the coast offers more, so why go anywhere else? Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, Jell-O shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Gulf Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cohen Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
Every new Hyundai from Matt Bowers comes with Matt's lifetime warranty included. That's in addition to Hyundai's America's Best Warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and Hyundai Owner Assurance. You get both warranties, making a new Hyundai from Matt Bowers an excellent value. Come visit us today during the Getaway Sales event at our new showroom just off Lorraine Road north of I-10 in Gulfport.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
When injury knocks you out, Bienvo Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienville Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Hello out there, we're on the air. It's hockey night tonight. Tension grows, the whistle blows, and the puck goes down the ice. The goalie jumps and the players bump and the fans all go insane. Someone roars, Bobby scores at the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Where players dash and skates a flash, the home team trails behind. But they grab the puck and go bursting up and they're down across the line. They storm the crease like bumblebees. They travel like a burning flame. We see them slide the puck inside. It's a good old hockey game.
When you think Nissan, think Matt Bowers Nissan d'Iberville, where every new Nissan comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty included. And to keep your new Nissan running well, there's never an appointment needed for express service in our service department. Just stop by for routine maintenance like oil changes, brakes, tires, and batteries. Matt Bowers Nissan is proud to call the coast our home and is proud to sponsor your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Nissan, South Mississippi, d'Iberville.
Ladies and gentlemen, returning to the ice for the second period of tonight's game, would you please welcome your Biloxi Breakers!
That's Mitch Arbaugh bringing in the Biloxi Breakers for the second period of action. What a fun period the first was. Here's how it looked. The score 2-1 in favor of Biloxi through 20 minutes. The shots 19-13 in favor of the Zydeco. They always get a lot of quantity on net. That's been one of their best things against the Breakers this season. The Zydeco 1 for 1 on the only power play of the game. It was the extra roughing call assessed to Trey Fisher. Him and Madiarov were each given 2 minutes for roughing, and an extra 2 went to Fisher, which was served by Lucchese. The Zydeco scored on that to make it 2-1. 9 penalty minutes versus 7 in the contest. Now into our summary with names. The Breakers lead it 2-1. Caden Henry got the scoring started at 7:47, pounding home a rebound on the backhand on a Trey Fisher shot. Fisher's first point of the season, first as a Breaker, Henry's 14th goal. Then at 12:10, Declan Conway bangs home a shot on the back door to make it 2-0. At 12:10, the assists go to Pikarczyk and Infantino. And then at 16:04 on the power play, Austin Weber with his second goal in as many games this weekend. The assists go to Kuznetsov and Cox there. Rosenzweig with 18 saves. Connor Green with 11. We're heading into now our Aaron's second period. Teams seem ready to go. Spinelli had a good bout with Thomas Murphy, and then Fisher and Matyarov got tangled up.
All right, fans, the second
And so here we go. It's time for period 2. If it's anything like the first, we should be in for a treat. Breakers looking to snap their 7-game slide tonight. The Zydeco back in the win column for the first time since October the 18th with their win last night, and looking to extend it to 2. Back underway. Face-off is one back to Johnson. Nice hit by Declan Flanagan in front of the Breakers bench on Matyarov, picking up his defensive mate in Trey Fisher. Flipped up into the air out of the zone. And this will go for an icing off the blade of Henry. Or rather, that was, yes, it was Caden Henry. As I mentioned, next weekend the Breakers will travel to Topeka for a pair with the Scarecrows before 2 more games the following weekend. With the Monroe Moccasins. I just got a text from Pete Furcano, which is what had me hesitate there a minute. The voice of, one of the voices of the Moccasins. So got to get in touch with him in the second intermission, he says. Athens battling the Monroe Moccasins over in Athens at Aikens Ford Arena. I'm sure that's a good game. Last we checked, it was 4-1 Athens, but those 2 teams are 2 of the best in the FPHL. You could throw Binghamton in the conversation as well, but complete teams. Is now with a burst of speed. Chirac splits the defense. Crowder took a swipe at him, and Chirac is wiped out by Rosenzweig. Never got a shot away. Back the other way. Here come the Breakers. Henry cutting to the middle, looking for a quick shot, and Green patiently outweights him, and we'll reel that one in at 18:58. Another whistle and a face-off. Wherever you're tuning in to Breakers Hockey, happy to have you spending your Saturday night with us here on the Gulf Coast. November the 29th, 8:03 local time on Breakers TV on YouTube, Sportfy, 106.3 Super Talk, Mississippi. Breakers on their Movember night with a jersey auction coming after the game. Clean win for the Zydeco. Stretch pass. Fisher had gotten beat by Alden for a moment. Alden now run into the wall by Bondi. Sends a pass down low that's tied up by Infantino. Vacant puck is picked up by a guy in Navy, Alexanian. Alexanian pinned on the wall, continuing to battle with Fisher. Katola couldn't hold it in, down to a knee at the blue line. And he throws one in on Rosenzweig that hits his chest protector and deflects to Fisher. 18-20 in our second period of work. Devin Doback along with you. Katola, spinning pass kept in, or maybe not, by Trey Fisher. Referees with the delayed offside arm in the air. The linesman, I should say. Matcham. Slow, nonchalant feedback to Katola. Going through the middle, Alexanian rubbed off the puck. Conway, nice stick tie up to allow Hansen to take it away. Now Fisher, one touch for Conway, back for Hansen. Hansen fumbling the puck around between his skates, chips it in where Green settles it. Katola beginning the charge out to Matcham on the near side. One touch pass by Weber to Matyarov in stride. Davidson cuts off his route and plays it on back where it's sent into the neutral area. Right back into the zone come the Zydeco. Spinelli wheeling below the goal line, drops it back for Hansen. Spinelli played at Franklin Pierce University. Nice hit on the near wall by Darius Davidson just at the blue line. His parents are in the house watching him tonight, playing with that extra edge. 17-10 to go in our second period. Shots are 20-14 in favor of the Zydeco. Below the line, sent out to Garrett Johnson of the Zydeco. Garrett Johnson of the Breakers is once again on the bench tonight. Thornton cut off the pass, but Matyarov able to retrieve it. Another quick shot comes in, and Rosenzweig holds on to that one. Another whistle and a face-off with 16:52 to go in our second period. Zydeco averaging 2.7 goals per game coming into the contest. The Breakers 3.8. But two teams that desperately need 3 points nonetheless. Low scoring affair tonight. Scoring got really carried away in the second period around the midway point. Another quick save is made by Rosenzweig. Steve Ford will win the race down at Connor Green's end, and the draw returns back to Rosenzweig. Zydeco with a quick conference by the far circle, looking for a quick shot off the draw. As I mentioned, that's been something that has been a pivotal point for their offense this season. Face-offs won by Baton Rouge. Mietinen shot through traffic, deflected and pinballed down to Caden Henry, who chips it out of the zone. Pikarczyk on the forecheck will go after Mietinen. Steve Ford flanked by Yaroslav Dakamov. Pikarczyk made the passing lane a bit smaller and forced a turnover to Henry. Henry, backhand feed for Yevdokimov. Yaroslav Dakamov, the captain, back for Pikarczyk. Leaves it for Henry. Out to the middle. Back over Pikarczyk. Backhander still free. Green was sprawling all around, and Pikarczyk just had it bleed out of his bandwidth and couldn't get a shot away. Now it goes off the back windshield behind Rosenzweig. Henry stood up for a moment, now glides past Alexanian. Numbers for the Breakers the other way. Henry flailed at the pass, trying to get it to Pikarczyk, and Declan Flanagan will slow things down in his own end. Declan Flanagan, 6 foot 190 out of Ottawa, Ontario, playing in his 45th FPHL game. He's got 4 goals and 10 assists. Alum of the University of Michigan Dearborn, where he played ACHA hockey, and also played with Charlie Penn's with the Watertown Wolves last season for a moment before injury ended his season. Ross Bartlett back into the zone, another Watertown Wolves alumni. There's a lot of storylines throughout this developing rivalry between the Breakers and the Zydeco. A lot of similarities. The hockey world is small. Conway, former member of the Zydeco himself for 3 games last season. Puck comes out. Quick shot comes in by Dalton Anderson. Searching for his first goal since October 18th. Got a good look there. And the shot offline. Bartlett tiptoeing the blue, allowing Alexanian to touch up. Now Bartlett walks in, save Rosenzweig. Spinelli runs Bartlett into the wall after the fact. Rosenzweig lost his hat, and that will lead to our first media timeout of period 2. We'll take it. Breakers and the Zydeco in a fun one, 2-1.
Every new Hyundai from Matt Bowers comes with Matt's lifetime warranty included. That's in addition to Hyundai's America's Best Warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and Hyundai Owner Assurance. You get both warranties, making a new Hyundai from Matt Bowers an excellent value. Come visit us today during the Getaway Sales event at our new showroom just off Lorraine Road north of I-10 in Gulfport.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
.44 to go here, period 2. My name's Devin Dobak. Welcome into our FPHL coverage. Breakers and the Zydeco. Battle of the number 6 versus the number 7 team in the Continental Division. Shots 24-14 in favor of the visiting Zydeco. Josh Rosenzweig has been sharp, 23 saves for him on the evening. Chirac and Infantino to take the ensuing faceoff. Scott Chirac, the assistant captain for the Zydeco, 5'9", 175 out of Dartmouth, Massachusetts. Graduated from my alma mater, the University of Massachusetts, back in 2021. Stayed there a couple seasons after to win a national championship at the ACHA 2 level in 2023. Out at the point, Steve Ford. Quickly over to Larwood. Ford thought about the one-timer, instead over to Chirac. Interference call coming against Crowder as now he's tied up, and Crowder is going to head to the box for 2 minutes. He's clearing out the blue paint area, and it looks like he's going to be joined by a member of the Zydeco and Garrett Johnson for retaliating. So it's a slash to Johnson and a cross check to Crowder. And we'll skate 4-on-4. $14 minutes and 19 seconds to go. And we're going to play 4-on-4 style hockey that you don't see too much anymore with the 3-on-3 overtime rule coming into effect a few seasons ago. Typically you see it with matching roughing penalties or something of that nature.
Penalties on the breakers. Number 19, Cole Crowder, 2 minutes for slashing. On the Zydeco, number 5, Garrett Johnson, 2 minutes for cross-checking.
Might have been the other way around. Crowder the slash. I think they might have flipped it on the PA. Pass out to Flanagan inside the blue line. He floats it in around the wall. Henry lets it skate on by to Yevdokimov, taken away by Alden. Hunter Alden leading the burst back across the blue line. Staying on barely was Katola, darting towards the goal. The pass cut off. Nice hit by Brendan Spinelli on the near side. Katola cutting to the middle. Backdoor feed. Miettinen was closing in, pinching down low from the defensive position and almost potted one. Zydeco with the most recent goal that came from Austin Weber at 16:04 in period 1. Nick Katola back into the zone. Chirac calling for it. Saucer pass hops over his stick. Fisher with him like white on rice. Chirac centering feed to the middle. Katola. A quick surprise shot on Rosenzweig, but he answers the call as he has for another 25 saves here tonight. 35 more seconds of 4-on-4. Scrum in the corner. Escapes to match him. Playing catch with his D partner in Ford. Now a shot comes in, deflected over to the far side. Steve Ford below the end line. Sends the pass out to Chirac at the top of the key. On the near wing, it's chipped out by Spinelli. On over towards the Zydeco bench. Caden Henry will go out for a change. Zydeco right back into the zone. Chirac had his pocket picked by Pikarczyk. And the Breakers now will begin their charge. Pikarczyk's pass unexpectedly got through Matcham. Conway wasn't expecting it to, and it whizzes by him the length of the 200 feet, and it'll be an icing. A Ben & Jerry's at the Hard Rock Cafe icing. 12:16 to go in our second period. Biloxi with just 2 shots in the period. The Zydeco have countered with 6 of their own. Not a whole lot of offense to begin period 2 here. Back to 5-on-5. Danger, the in-game MC, getting the people going here at Breaker Bay. Larwood, shot off the face-off. He's then checked down by Crowder. Quick shot off the stick of Hekatepele. Deflects way up and into the seats. No netting here at the Coast Coliseum. Kind of like the olden days, you got to have your head on a swivel with these deflected pucks, especially off of shots from the point or in the slot area. 12:09 to play in period number 2. Face-off controlled by the Zydeco. Larwood down low where Davidson picks it off the wall. Davidson muscling it on over to Brandon Lucchese. Skated out by Curtis Hansen. Hansen's got to make a decision quick as he goes through the logo and turns it over. Bondi to the tape of Davidson. One-on-one with Katola. Searching for a lane and sends it through to Hansen, but out of his reach. And now Weber begins the north to south bid. Area pass picked up by Kitola. Drops it back for Madiarov. Out to the point for Larwood. Larwood down low for Madiarov again. Hansen working tenaciously down low on Hekatepale. Bondi runs Madiarov into the stanchion. Hekatepale punches it in, and Rosenzweig forced to throw his trapper on that. Bondi then gets locked up with a couple Zydeco. Thornton involved, and the referees are going to have to separate everybody. There's a little carrying on after the whistle. These two teams do not like each other. 11:11 to go on the second period clock. Make a wish. Referees get everybody untangled. If you're within 2 feet of the blue paint around the goaltender, you are going to have a whack coming from somewhere. Bondi and Carter Thornton involved in that one. But as I mentioned, the Breakers with just 2 shots in the period through just about 9 minutes. They need to get some stuff going back in Connor Green's end of the ice. A lot of their offense, which has been rather docile as of late, comes from that top line, or a mix of Yevdokimov, Henry, Pikarczyk, Nerland, Conway. So they need to find some production from the guys they rely on most. Much easier said than done, of course, but when those guys produce, the Breakers are able to have a chance to win every game. Just been the goals they've surrendered have been a serious problem. Most goals that they've surrendered in a win would be the overtime win against the Zydeco, in which it was 5, but the other 2 victories, they let up 2 against Topeka and then 0 against the Zydeco. So keeping the scoring at bay for the visitors while providing your own goal support. As silly as it may sound, yeah, that's how you win a hockey game. The Breakers so far have done it. Halfway home here in period 2. Kim Miettinen, former member of the Dashers Hockey Club, native of Finland, chips it in deep. Crowder, chased by Alexanian, wheels around his own goal and will begin the charge back the other way. Crowder caught offside as the puck was poked off his stick for a moment. It's our second media timeout. 9:58 to go. 2-1, same as we started the frame. We'll be back in a few moments to Biloxi.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, Jello shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Gulf Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cohen Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
Off the ensuing draw, puck is dumped in by the Breakers. Conway, collision at the near wall. Anderson on the forecheck, can't win a puck battle. Backhanded in by Baton Rouge. Fisher dropped it back, took a hit from Alexanian, and couldn't finish the play to Spinelli. He continues to work tenaciously over on Hunter Alden, bumping him into the wall. Has him locked up, a 4-man scrum. Everybody trying to get a stick on the puck. Out to the point, Johnson, blocked by Anderson, and now wheels for Declan Conway. One-on-one against Ford, hits the brakes, still free the puck, and Ford with a good defensive effort. Conway realized that he wasn't gonna outrace him, so tried to cut back, and Ford read him well. Now over to Bartlett. Bartlett looking for a shot low and away. Had some net to shoot at, and it was blocked down by, I believe, Infantino or Fisher. Inside 9 minutes to go in the second period. 2-1 score. Breakers have not scored since the 12-minute mark in period one. Pass over to the far side to Kuznetsov's out of his reach. No icing. Rosenzweig can't believe it. Infantino tripped up on the wall by Ross Bartlett. Cutting to the middle. Quick shot. Rosenzweig had a late reaction, and fortunately it's offline. Breakers will ice it just to catch their breath with 8:23 to go. In period two, Ben & Jerry's at the Hard Rock Cafe icing. Another good night of hockey here in Biloxi. Still waiting on an attendance number. Infantino and Chirac on the ensuing draw. Dylan Infantino, 5'11", 185 out of Whitesboro, New York. Assistant captain for the Breakers, 25 years old. Celebrated his 25th birthday on opening night, October 11th, against the Monroe Moccasins. Kuznetsov on over to the far side. Pikarczyk collides with him and frees up the puck. You have Dakimov. Sprints it free, tried to spear it past Katola. Pikarczyk knocks into Katola, and now back the other way. Here's Dmitry Kuznetsov. His shot missed everything. Over to the far side. Cox, turnaround. Over the blocker, Rosenzweig and wide. You have Dakimov. Plays it back for Henry. On over to the far side. Spinelli seems a little fatigued out there on this shift. Breakers need a fresh change. Bondi ties up Jake Cox down low on the wall. Stapling him in, waiting for help from Henry. Puck controlled by Baton Rouge. Pikarczyk just barely gets it back to Yevdokimov. North to south, here comes Biloxi. Drop pass for Henry. Henry around Johnson, or Pikarczyk, excuse me. At the point again, Nerland in on Connor Green, and he'll grab that one like a fly ball out to left. And 7:12 to go, another offensive zone draw coming for the Breakers. Just 4 shots for them this period. Shots on goal are 28-16 in favor of Biloxi. Baton Rouge has had just about all the pressure here in the second period. Breakers just have struggled to possess the puck. Flanagan can't keep it in. Rosenzweig elects to play it. Weber thought about a turnaround shot. Rosenzweig was out of the goal. That could have been disastrous. Madyarov looking for a blind backdoor feed to Hiekatepale. Digging it out of the wall. Rene holding on to it. Protecting the puck against Curtis Hansen. Door-to-door working on him. Flanagan ties up a man. Katola snaps a pass across to Ford. Into the middle for Hiekatepale. Into the glove of Rosenzweig and held. Lucchese out there to secure the perimeter. And 6:35 to go, another face-off coming. Breakers are relying very heavily on their goaltender in Rosenzweig, as they did in their first win against the Zydeco back on November the 7th on the road. Rosenzweig has recorded all 3 wins for the Breakers this season. Searching for his 4th. Face-off tie-up. Crowder gets his stick free after Bartlett had him locked up. Alden was knotted with Declan Conway. Couldn't fire a quick catch and release bid. Fisher on over to Conway. Conway tiptoes over the blue line. Conway's shot right over the head of Connor Green all the way out to Fisher. Fisher swoops one down low again. Conway working to get it out to Anderson in the corner. Dalton Anderson, FPHL veteran himself, Dalton Anderson. 5'9", as a backhander is held by Green. But Dalton Anderson, playing in his 3rd straight season at the Mississippi Coast Coliseum, has also played for Columbus, the Elmira Mammoth, Port Huron, and the Seawolves. In his 5th FPHL season, 218th contest 102 points in that span for him. 5:59 in the second period. Shots are 29-17 Zydeco. Henry wins the draw, but the Zydeco take it away. Here comes Kuznetsov. Huge howitzer goes way up and into the stands for a mile-high daiquiri, puck out of play. And now Rosenzweig will gear up for a face-off in his end. Josh Rosenzweig does have a point himself this season, an assist on November 14th versus the Monroe Moccasins. Also 4 penalty minutes. He really finds a way to play a forward role at times, or at least a skater's role, mixing it up physically and able to break the puck out at times. Loves to leave his crease and play the puck below the end line. You have Dakimov back for Bikarchek. You have Dakimov in stride on the give and go. Splits the defenders. Katola finally cuts him off. You have Dakimov, can't get free again. Crowder muscles it out to Henry, into the middle. Bikarchek deflects it below the end line. He controls. Out to the point for Fisher. Or excuse me, drop pass for Henry on the wall. Now Fisher at the circle, closing in to shoot one. And a save made by Green. You have Dakimov wraparound attempt. Nobody home in the slot to shovel it home. Kuznetsov will send the puck in deep. Rosenzweig had to scramble to jump on that puck. Could have been trouble for a moment. A bad bounce off the wall could have been disastrous once again. Some weird things always happen in the FPHL, and that would have been a deflating tally if the Zydeco could have converted. Next whistle will be immediate timeout, our final in period 2. The score the same as when we began it. Physical play has subsided a bit. We had the one scrum after the whistle and a couple good hard checks, but not a whole lot boiling over. Bartlett loses the puck in the offensive zone. Matcham being harassed by Carter Thornton. Puck stays in the zone belonging to Davidson. Davidson scores! Darius Davidson with a bullet from atop the circle. Lights the lamp for the Breakers. And it's 3-1. Davidson with his 3rd of the season. An RPG from just atop the near circle that Green couldn't react to in time. Right over the shoulder, Davidson doubles the lead, and it's 3-1 Breakers. Inside 5 minutes to go, the fans taunting the Zydeco. Davidson right back to it, and that shot deflects up and out of play. Another mile-high daiquiri puck out of play. Davidson scores to make it 3-1. Into our final media timeout. We'll be back.
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena.
Out of our final media timeout in period number 2, we're back underway. 4.5 minutes to go in the second period. Darius Davidson with a lone goal in the second has made it 3-1. Quick shot by Matyarov, turned aside with a pad save by Rosenzweig. Katola quickly on over for Weber, who dumps it in. Knocked down by Flanagan and now possessed by Conway. Lucchese coming to help out the cause. Weber chips it away from his grasp for a moment, but Lucchese's got it again. Into the middle, Conway using his body to create some space. Matyarov right back in across the line. Shoots one. A rip that goes past Rosenzweig's head and wide. Lucchese into the neutral zone. Katola takes the loose change and plays it to his D partner, Steve Ford. Matyarov, long shift for him out of the neutral zone. Flanagan in a race for the puck, swats it back in the direction of Lucchese, stretching it out to Conway. Henry was ready for an odd man rush, but the pass deflected on its way in. Breakers with it. Yevdokimov, one-timer, Pikarczyk turned aside by Connor Green. A big stop there. Pikarczyk loves that spot in the high slot. Yevdokimov, centering feed, looking for Pikarczyk, rattled around for a moment. Crowder stepped up. Kuznetsov back the other way, leaves it for Chirac, into the skates of Katola. He couldn't get a shot. Fisher runs into Katola in the corner. They continue to battle for the puck. Spits out to Caden Henry, ladling it on over for Pikarczyk. Yevdokimov couldn't lasso it back to the slot area, and Fisher backhands one back on in. Matcham leading the charge in the other direction. Dumped in. Rosenzweig says, Crowder, you play it. Inside 2.5 minutes to go. Back over to Alexanian in the near circle. Crowder, good effort to take the puck away from him. Locked up in the wall. Fisher comes to aid him. Alexanian forces a turnover. Fisher out of the corner. Got to make a decision. It's taken away. Alden down low, back to the middle, and Rosenzweig leaps on that one to cover it up. And with 2 minutes and 3 seconds to go, it's another whistle for a face-off. Breakers are 1 goal away from their 4-goal challenge, sponsored by the Half Shell Oyster House. When the Breakers score 4 goals, you can take your ticket stub to any local Half Shell Oyster House location and get a free half dozen oysters. Danger getting the energy back into the building. Shots 31-19, Zydeco. 3-1's our score. Zydeco win the next draw. Another big save made by Rosenzweig very quickly. Now here comes Davidson. Davidson walks in, shoots another. The save made by Green. Loose puck. Thornton swats it back to the corner. Now Thornton shielding the puck well, turned it over, looking to get it to Spinelli. Here comes Bartlett, a breakaway, in all alone on Rosenzweig. Tried to tuck it on the back door, and Rosenzweig uses the flexibility to keep it out. A brilliant save from Rosenzweig. Keeps the 2-goal lead intact. Davidson. Bartlett chance coming in through the Coast Coliseum. Davidson 1v4, lost that battle. Stretch pass off the blade of Chirac in deep. Lucchese being worked on by Chirac. Fights it back for Spinelli. On over to Lucchese once more. 65 seconds to play. Period 2. Devin Dobek with you on Breakers TV and on 106.3 CPR or Super Talk Mississippi. Anderson has a deflected shot. Jumped through the blue paint. Now sent back out to the neutral zone. Breakers playing conservative, make sure there's no odd man rushes. Rosenzweig just made a huge save to keep their 2-goal cushion intact. Chirac tried to get it for Kuznetsov. Conway, backhand feed for Anderson. Across the line, Conway's gonna get caught off. Hands to the heavens in disbelief. Shots 33-19, Baton Rouge, but the Breakers with the 3 that count Zydeco have one of their own. Fun second period here. We still got 20 more minutes coming up on the other side of our intermission report. We'll hear the rest of Josh Rosenzweig's interview. That one never got through. Stretch pass, now another breakaway. Rosenzweig coming out to punch it. Knocks it away from Alexanian. Puck still free. Lucchese playing goaltender, gets it out. Now you have Dakimov one-on-one the other way against Miettinen. And 10 we go. Drop pass for Pikarczyk, speared away. Zydeco 3-on-2 back towards Rosenzweig. Puck jumps away from Hiekatepali. Weber will touch up as the horn sounds. An intense final few moments here in Breaker Bay. The Breakers lead it 3-1 heading into the break. It has been a fun one with these two. We got 20 more minutes. Everybody goes to shake hands with Rosenzweig. 40 minutes of a great effort for him. Garrett Johnson coming to pay his tribute, and we'll step aside. A fun one here in Biloxi. Don't go anywhere. And that's the environment we're trying to create in Breaker Bay for opening weekend coming up. But want to say, or one more question with Athens. Of course, you played for Steve Martinson. He's a very decorated coach, of course, of American-born head coaches in North American pro hockey history. He has the most wins, over 1,000 and counting. He's now with the Allen Americans in the ECHL. But what was it like playing for Steve, and what did you learn from him?
Yeah, ever since the first time I talked to him in the offseason before I signed in Athens, I mean, obviously he's the most winningest coach, and I think it's all of minor pro or professional hockey. Yeah. Just the way he carries himself on and off the ice. I mean, he sets the tone and he expects excellence, and he made it difficult for us every day, and I think that's why we came together and we had a lot of success last year.
So now you get traded to Biloxi after your year in Athens with your stock at an all-time high in the FPHL. What do you like about playing hockey down here in the South? Is it much different? Of course, a lot warmer weather than up in Toronto, up in Watertown, and places like that. But you did it last year in Athens, doing it again this year. Kind of describe the difference between playing hockey in a warm environment.
I mean, like you said, the weather is great. Getting to show up to the rink in shorts and a t-shirt all year long, I mean, nothing really beats that. And like I said earlier, I mean, the attendance of fans in the South are just three to five times larger than the teams in the North. I mean, every rink down here, every team's got a big rink. The fans pack it, and it's a really cool environment.
Coach Pence has been trying to build this team for the Breakers here, getting all the pieces together. What do you like about playing for him, and what went into the decision for you to, because every player does have to report. So you have the option to stay home and figure out something else to do. But why did you want to play for Coach Pence and be a part of this group he's building?
I had Charlie in Watertown 2 years ago when I first came into the Fed, and when I got the call that I got traded here, Charlie called me, told me that he was really excited to have me come down here, and that he expected big things out of me. And I mean, described to me Mississippi, what it's like, and I gave Mississippi like a Google search, saw the rink and everything, because I actually, in my 2 years, I've never played a game here. So I'm really excited to play a game in the big Coliseum, living on the beach, and hopefully playing really good and giving the team a chance to win games.
Well, you did that a couple weeks ago. You earned the first win in franchise history, taking down the Topeka Scarecrows in Game 3. You got the win. Really wholesome celebration. We posted on our social media, but a really cool moment out there on the ice. What was it like to get that first one with this group of guys?
Yeah, that's why I play. That's why we all play. That's why we love the game. Like, the feeling after winning that game Obviously, we lost our first 2 games of the season, but the feeling in the dressing room, if you could have been in that room for the first 20 minutes after that win, it was just every guy in that room was smiling, cheering, just pure adrenaline, excitement, and obviously, yeah, winning the first game, it's a huge milestone for the organization, and it's really fun. It's a fun feeling.
So you've gotten a chance to get to know some of these guys now. Everybody lives in the same complex. Can you rattle off some of the nicknames and a few fun facts about some of these guys you call your teammates?
Yeah, there's a lot. I'm sort of like...
Start with your roommate, Crowds.
Crowds? Well, I don't know if I could say that on camera, but we call him, like Cole, 2C. He's a big TikTok guy, so he loves to go on lives, and all the boys kind of hop on the TikTok lives, and just in the comments we just start chirping him. But yeah, there's a bunch of cool nicknames like Brandon Lucchese. We call him his nickname's Luch, so we call him like Milan Lucic. So he plays in the NHL. A guy like Colarusso, we call him Gibby from iCarly because they kind of look the same, and it bothers him. So all the boys kind of like to tease him a little bit. Fisher, call him Fish Sticks. Just I don't know
rat.
why. Yeah, he's an interesting guy. Who else?
Give me a little bit about Flanny. He's definitely a guy that you've had the chance to share some time with this season. Give me a little bit about Declan Flanagan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really close with Flanny. He wakes me up every morning, comes in my room, jumps on my bed and gets me up every morning, and he actually drives my car to the rink every morning. He's a character for sure. Probably one of the funniest guys I've had the pleasure of playing with, and just an all-around great guy.
So it's safe to say the vibes within the Biloxi Breakers locker room are exactly where they should be heading into the home opener. Everybody's getting along. It looks like they're becoming a unit, starting to gel. Would you agree with that?
I think personally this is the closest team I've ever been on, like this fast. Like we all met each other like, what was it, a month now? We had our training camp in Lafayette, and living in a hotel for, what was it, 10 plus days, living together, having a pool and pickleball courts at the apartments, and just being in the room. I think all the guys have gelled really well. There's the one beautiful thing about our team is, normally on teams there's like cliques of guys, like guys only hang out with certain guys.
The vets, the rooks, the goalies,
Yeah, but on our team, especially me coming in being one of the more experienced leaders on the team, I made it a priority to make sure that everybody's gelling with everybody. There's none of that. We're all a team, and all the guys get along unbelievable. I mean, it makes it really fun to play here and to play hockey here.
Well, we're going to find out this weekend just what the Breakers have in store for us Friday and Saturday against the Monroe Moccasins. This is Josh Rosenzweig. He will likely be the starting goaltender on Friday night. Looking forward to that in the Coliseum. Can't wait to see you all there. I'll be back in just a few moments to wrap up this episode of Breaker Banter.
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment. in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena. Looking for your next ride? Get more at Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. No one on the coast offers more, so why go anywhere else? Visit us today during the Getaway Sales event happening now just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
Ben & Jerry's is serving up true ice cream euphoria inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Biloxi. You're sure to find your new favorite among more than 34 flavors. Let us scoop yours in one of our freshly baked waffle cones. Ben & Jerry's at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Biloxi, where euphoria awaits.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, Jell-O shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Gulf Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cohen Road, Suite B, Gulfport.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
Recharge your body. Reset your mind. Revive your spirit. At Revive and Thrive, every detail is designed to elevate your recovery and well-being. Unwind in our serene salt therapy room and float suite. Awaken your senses with the benefits of cold water immersion. Then, step into a custom-built sauna featuring soft Himalayan salt lighting for athletes, adventurers, and anyone ready to unlock the power of recovery. Discover the difference at reviveandthrivems.com.
Coastal Prints is a brand new business on the coast specializing in screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Being local and with 30 plus years of experience, Coastal Prints carries all the hottest clothing brands and thousands of promotional items. Uniforms, workwear, hats, drinkware, coolers, tchotchkes, and much more. Coastal Prints will make your brand and logo stand out. Come see the new showroom on Seaway Road in Gulfport or visit coastalprints.com or call 228-COASTAL.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
Every new Hyundai from Matt Bowers comes with Matt's lifetime warranty included. That's in addition to Hyundai's America's Best warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and Hyundai Owner Assurance. You get both warranties, making a new Hyundai from Matt Bowers an excellent value. Come visit us today during the Getaway Sales event at our new showroom just off Lorraine Road north of I-10 in Gulfport.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai, Gulfport.
When injury knocks you out, Bienvo Orthopedic Specialists will be there for you every step of the way. We are here to get you back in the game, back in motion, back to your life. Our elite team of orthopedic specialists will work side by side with you, educating you about your treatment plan, utilizing advanced technology, and providing you with a successful path to recovery. Bienville Orthopedic Specialists. We will get you back.
When things heat up, you don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest one. The cold lagered, cold filtered, cold packaged one. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Hello out there, we're on the air. It's hockey night tonight. Tension grows, the whistle blows, and the puck goes down the ice. The goalie jumps and the players bump and the fans all go insane. Someone roars, Bobby scores. That's a good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game. Where players dash and skates a flash, the home team trails behind. But they grab the puck and go bursting up and they're down across the line. They storm the crease like bumblebees. They travel like a burning flame. We see them slide the puck inside. It's a good old hockey game.
And now French comes in first. He gets a couple rights off. Schlepp trying to get free. A couple lefts. Some machine guns back over to the right. Nobody can get free. Schlepp, a couple connections. Trading with Bryce French. French is standing in there. Schlepp continuing to feed him. Grabs the jersey and takes him down. 45 saves for Josh Rosenzweig. A night he very much needed to get those numbers trending back in the right direction, as now Infantino wants a piece of Steve Ford. A little something going on at center ice as the two teams are being separated by the officials. Yaroslav Dakimov hurting his cast of characters back one way. Trey Fisher and Ford still bickering. A couple rights from Schlepp, loses his helmet, continues to connect with Bryce French. Couple more over the top from the bare knuckle light sports competitor, continuing to go. Oh, he puts him down. AJ Schlepp with a. Here we go. Schlepp is going to try and jump Larwood, and now we've got a line brawl. Garrett Johnson calling out Ed Coffey for one at the red line. Everybody's got a dance partner. Wyzak throwing with Larwood. Crowder with some bombs on the far side. Schlepp teeing off on the far side. He goes down. Thornton and Infantino in their own brawls. Biloxi still going. We need a wider shot on the camera. Crowder with a couple more big hammers. Still throwing. Back up on their feet. We continue, and finally Crowder with a couple more. A line brawl to open up period number 3. It's going to be a party in the box. Steve Ford. AJ Schlepp began the altercation. Still down on the ice as Larwood is. Period 3 set to get going. We're 1 minute away from puck drop. Let's run you through our intermission summary of the score. 3-1 Biloxi. Shots 33-19 in favor of the Zydeco. Baton Rouge 1 for 1 on the power play. The Breakers have not had an opportunity. Crazy that there hasn't been more petty penalty minutes after last night's affair. 9 penalty minutes for Baton Rouge, 11 for the Breakers. Now our summary with names, only one addition to that, and it's Darius Davidson. But how we got here, 7:47 in the first. Caden Henry pounded home a rebound on a Trey Fisher shot, making it 1-0. Then Conway with his 10th of the season at 12:10 from Bikarchek and Infantino. Weber got one back on the power play at 16:04, and then Davidson with his third of the year at 15:11 in the second makes it 3-1. Rosenzweig has made 32 stops tonight. Connor Green, 16 of his own. We're 20 minutes away from the Breakers potentially snapping their 3-game slide. Apologies, our camera cut out for you for a moment there. It's our half-shell Oyster House third period, and we're underway with a Zydeco face-off win. In the neutral zone, knocked away by Henry, right to work into the offensive zone. Centering pass, quick shot by Evdokimov. Didn't get much on it, a bit of a knuckle puck off the heel of his stick, and at 19:48, another quick face-off set to come. Mikey Roy behind the play, just returned to the bench from out of the locker room area. Nate Gosline, the assistant general manager, down by the stanchion near the locker room tunnel as well. Brian Thompson is another equipment manager over on the bench for the Breakers as well, serving here tonight. Excited to have Brian and appreciate all of his efforts helping the Breakers, especially on game day. 19.5 minutes to go. Devin Doback along with you. Breakers TV, YouTube, Sportfy, and 106.3 Super Talk, Mississippi. Chirac hits the brakes. Escapes away from Pikarczyk. Drop feed for Mietinen, and he rings one off the back windshield once again. Pikarczyk tried to paddle it down to negate the icing, but it'll go the full 200, and draw will return back towards Josh Rosenzweig's end of things. Some good games going on throughout the FPHL tonight. You saw those score updates. Twin City and Binghamton in a battle out there. Still no attendance number just yet for the game here tonight. Cole Crowder takes the face-off win, and off the stick of Evdokimov, it will be ice. The Breakers really struggle with the breakout passes and the outlet passes to try and enter the zone. Got to be very frustrating, especially their top unit looking to go to work with an odd man rush, but just nothing has been crisp, and passing is always a point of focus in practice for Charlie Penn's group. Off a quick win, shot comes in off the stick of Weber, and Rosenzweig fights it out. On over to Henry across the blue line. Drop pass for Pikarczyk, but he was rubbed off of his route. Spinelli just got a high stick in the logo. Charlie Penn's beckoning with the officials to maybe put the arm up. Breakers have yet to go to the power play here tonight. They've had at least a power play in every game this season. Although there was one, I'll have to put my finger on it, in which they had, I believe, just the one. No icing call, as now finally a delayed whistle by the ref. Charlie Penn's might have asked for that one personally. He throws his arms up as if to say, are we kidding? And the draw will be at center, which will set coach off a little bit more, as what should have been an icing was ruled late, and maybe the officials, one deemed it was, one deemed it wasn't, and so that's why the draw's at center. To the near side, Conway dangles through Steve Ford. Now Conway in the near circle, couldn't center the puck. Still with it in the corner. Hops around Garrett Johnson, collision with Anderson down below the end line with Ford. Hieka Topali shooting one. That misses on the stick side of Rosenzweig, all the way back out to the near point. Madyarov over to Fisher. Fisher stretching one out for Conway. Conway in all alone shoots one. Save made by Connor Green. A great feed by Trey Fisher to spring Declan Conway forward, and he just picked a spot and fired it. There to make the save was Green. Connor Green on his third FPHL team. He's been with the Blue Ridge Bobcats, the Columbus River Dragons briefly, did not play a game with them, and now the Zydeco. From 19 to 23 was at SUNY Potsdam in the SUNYAC. 34 games played there and a 4.09 goals against average with an .897 save percentage. 17:45 to play in the third period. Matcham has his pass taken away by Thornton. On to Kuznetsov. Low angle shot, missed everything. Up off the glass, Cox knocks it in deep again. Fisher slowing things down, gives it over to Thornton. He swivels away from some pressure, breaks it out to Curtis Hansen. Hansen float it far corner for Davidson to chase. He's there to receive it, but misplayed it on the bouncing puck. Katola coiling back below the goal line. Almost took a big hit from Davidson, but it's able to play it back to the far corner. Now Thornton tapping it back into the offensive zone. Getting his stick free, protecting the puck. Gliding to the middle, searching for some assistance. Thornton with it again. Sends it all the way around, but Flanagan was over towards the near side, and Breakers will have to re-enter. Lucchese's shot in on Green. He will play it out with nobody even in his vicinity, although the green light went on. Force of habit. Rosenzweig comes out to play it due to no icing. Zydeco will make a change. Flanagan. Crowder skates on by. Henry will begin the charge. Flanagan stretching one out to Yevdokimov, who pokes it in. Ford pushed into the wall by Yevdokimov. Yaro Yevdokimov muscling it back to Pikarczyk, taken away by Bartlett. Here comes Bartlett. A couple slashes come from behind by Pikarczyk. Into the zone clean. Alexanian looking for a passing lane, doesn't have one. Ford now. Gets beat by Yevdokimov. 1-on-2 against Mietinen. Oh, Yevdokimov score! Oh, what a move! Oh, what a goal! Oh, what a captain! Yaro Yevdokimov with a big goal here to begin period 3. Dangling through a couple defenders and then the smooth backhand finish. His 7th of the season makes it 4-1 Biloxi. He is a tough forward to defend one-on-one, and if you're not careful and your body is facing the wrong direction, he is going to split the wickets and go right through you. As now a timeout being called by Baton Rouge. Chad Bailey wants to talk things over, so we'll step aside for a word from Matt Bowers.
When you think Nissan, think Matt Bowers Nissan d'Iberville, where every new Nissan comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty included. And to keep your new Nissan running well, there's never an appointment needed for express service in our service department. Just stop by for routine maintenance like oil changes, brakes, tires, and batteries. Matt Bowers Nissan is proud to call the coast our home and is proud to sponsor your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Nissan, South Mississippi, d'Iberville.
15:57 to go here, period 3. Yaro Yevdokimov just made it 4-1. Biloxi shots 34-23 in favor of the Zydeco. Breakers with a sizable margin. Now they got to add to it. Don't want to park the bus and defend it. Spinelli shoots it in. On the forecheck, taken away by Anderson. Over to the far side. Unassisted to Yevdokimov. On the wall, Hickett to Pauly. Gives it away to Conway. That's the Half Shell Oyster House 4-goal challenge. So anyone in attendance can bring their ticket stub to Half Shell tomorrow. Any local location, half dozen free oysters. 15 minutes, 15 seconds to go here in the third. Devin Dobeck with you on Breakers TV on YouTube Sport FM 106.3. Super Talk, Mississippi. Touched deep into the zone by Jake Cox. Rosenzweig leaves it for Fisher to play. Fisher bumped off the puck for a moment by Cox. Sent back around in the direction of Ford. Pass towards the blue line, gets through everybody the full 200 feet back in the Zydeco end. Conway rubs Matcham off the puck. Sent into the middle. Thornton was sitting right near the honey hole, hoping to get a quick shot away. And now a quick slap shot from the point, fought off. Jake Cox gonna finish his check on Lucchese. Lucchese now battling with Cox just outside the blue paint. Cox tipped one in on Rosenzweig, made a save. Chirac now out there banging. Chad Bailey putting some life into his team out of the timeout. Everybody finishing their checks. Kind of where period 3 began to evolve to last night with the physical play and the game beginning to get not quite out of reach, but close to it. Alexanian off the shoulder of Rosenzweig is turned aside. Fisher banking it out into the neutral area. Pinballed back the other way by Miettinen. Now Alexanian, 3-on-1. Fisher on the backtrack, able to take it away. Breaks it for Yevdokimov. Yarrow coming in, shooting one. Never got in on Green. Alexanian around the wall. Received and busted out of the zone. Back the other way. Quick shot from Alexanian. Turned aside by Rosenzweig. The rebound. Tried to leap on it. Flanagan now there. And Flanagan spun around for a moment. Right into the zone. Yevdokimov. Backhander on goal. Green turns it aside. And it goes up and out of play for a Mile High Daiquiri. Puck out of play. We go into our media timeout. 4-1 Breakers. The captain adds himself back to the score sheet. We'll be back momentarily.
The Mississippi Gulf Coast is where community and teamwork come together, on and off the ice. Foshi Residential is proud to support the Biloxi Breakers as they bring the heat to the rink this season. Foshi Residential manages 3 unique apartment communities along the coast, each offering modern finishes, resort-style amenities, and a location that puts coastal living right at your doorstep. Ready to find your community? Visit foshiresidential.com/Biloxi Breakers for more information.
At Superior Optical Lab, we're proud to be certified as a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and to provide quality eyewear to veterans to whom we all owe our freedom. Thank you for your service.
Half-shell Oyster House, third period, 13 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Still waiting to wrap up the end of the media timeout, and as the horn sounds, we'll get ready to drop it again. One out to Crowder at the far point. He wraps it in deep. Henry got taken down inadvertently behind the play, so couldn't catch up to that puck on the wall. Chirac dancing by Flanagan. Crowder around his goal, sends it for Yevdokimov into the neutral zone. Bleeds through, Pikarczyk trying to spring free, kicks it to his forehand, shoots! Running into Green, and the puck goes in the goal. Oh, this might be one that Charlie Penz wants to review. Because Pikarczyk was taken down, slid into Green. And we'll see if the officials want to take a look at it. Because it was not contact initiated by Pikarczyk. And the goal still bled through Green. See if Charlie Penz looks like he's going to play on without his team with a 3-goal buffer, but an interesting scenario there. Green catches a break. Matcham. Door to door with him is Grant Bondi. Infantino hit into the end wall. Sent out by Spinelli. Conway over to the far side to pick up the puck. Kicks it to his forehand. Conway was looking to dangle into the middle. Backhander on goal is turned aside by Green. Conway with a couple good chances on this shift. He's looked good tonight. Already picked up his 10th goal of the season. He's got 21 points for his efforts this year. Played in every game this season for Biloxi. Playing in their 15th game out of 56 this year. A long way to go still in the FPHL season. 3 valuable points up for grabs tonight. Breakers moments away from closing out the visitors. Conway Back to Spinelli. Bondi, dangerous pass back to Spinelli, almost was knocked away. He'll play it out into the neutral zone. Infantino got just enough to get it to Conway, knocked away by Madiarov. Infantino kicks it off the wall to deflect the pass. Spinelli pulls it in deeper. Now playing it back up into the zone. Conway looming at the blue line. Conway's taken down at the blue. Rosenzweig's going to head to the bench. And as the Zydeco touch up, Breakers are going to head to their first walk-ons power play of the evening. It's about time they went a man up. Steve Ford is going to be giving a call for hindering Conway at the blue line. And so with 11:37 to play in regulation, Breakers with a chance to add to their 3-goal cushion. Henry, Yevdokimov, and Bikarchek the top line out there with Crowder and Conway. Crowder back to Yevdokimov for Crowder at the point again. Crowder pass down low, deflected in on Green, and he had to make a surprise stop. Kept in by Yevdokimov. Quickly on over to Conway with a lot of room. To the middle, Henry couldn't uncork the shot. Crowder was pinching down low, could have been trouble for a moment, but Chirac was unable to burn the back check of Conway. Closing in on the 11-minute mark here, period 3. Crowder fumbling the puck around. Chirac, good forecheck, gets it back to Cox. Cox forcing one in on Rosenzweig that he will release. Got stuck in his mitt for a moment, and finally Conway back with it. Bikarchek wrapping one all the way in. Cole Crowder, first one there on the half wall. Henry spun around for a moment, had his stick grabbed and taken down. 3-on-1 for the Zydeco. Alden closing in. Conway plays the shot off the post, still free, they score. Ethan Matcham on the follow. The 7th shorthanded goal against Biloxi this season. Rosenzweig hung out to dry with a 5-on-4 power play. How can you possibly have a 3-on-1 shorthanded break the other way? He did everything he could to keep that out. And just another blunder for the Breakers. So it's 4-2 now. The game just got a lot more interesting. Breakers on the power play had 5 forwards by trade out there. No actual defensemen. Conway and Crowder were in the defenseman role, but the defense, hopefully for the Breakers, will improve going forward because the shorthanded goals have gotten old with a lot of aggressive positioning. Johnson runs Fisher into the wall. Fisher might have got hit on the bench by somebody. He just shared a couple comments. Knocks down the pass for a moment. Alden right back to work. Alden goes down on his own, then spills Flanagan. Flanagan tied up on the wall, and now the Breakers right back to work. Inside 20 seconds on the man advantage. Thornton moving through a man and lost the puck in transition. Now over to Davidson, his one-timer off the post and out. The goal horn goes off. Nobody knows what's going on. Now they score! It's Declan Flanagan. All kinds of chaos here in Biloxi, but it's Declan Flanagan's first with the Breakers to make it 5-2. Never give up on a play, and that's why Flanagan, from one end of the ice being wiped out to the other, never gave up and potted one. Still celebrating with his teammates. It's got to feel good for Flanagan, who missed about a month on the injured list. Now returns in a big goal as the momentum was shifting back to Baton Rouge. Officials are going to conference and see if this will stand. Larwood pretty emphatic that with all the chaos, the Zydeco might have stopped playing, including their netminder in Green. For the moment, it's a power play goal, so both teams 1 for 1 on the power play. And the referee continuing to chat with Larwood. He's going to go explain to his head coach, Chad Bailey, the explanation he just received. and we'll sit tight here ahead of the ensuing face-off. While we have an extra moment, let's actually take a peek around the FPHL at the updated scores. Columbus defeats PD 5-4. Athens on top of Monroe 7-2 in the third period out in Georgia. Binghamton with a big 5-4 victory over the Twin City Thunderbirds. So if the Breakers hold on, they'll jump back into 5th place in the Continental Division. Danbury leads Watertown 7-3 in New York. Blue Ridge in overtime takes down the Indiana Sentinels, who are up 1-0 and 2-1. Blue Ridge comes back on the road and wins it 3-2. And Topeka leads Port Huron 4-1 in the third period. That's your out-of-town scoreboard. 5-2 game. 9:46 to go in the third. Face-off is tied up by Henry, and he wins it back. Flanagan on the board. First actual Breaker defenseman with a goal this season. Grant Bondi is the points leader with 4 assists among defensemen. Credit the assist to Davidson. Chirac walks through Broadway and shoots one in on Rosenzweig that he squeezes tight. 19:20 to go here in the third period. There'll be another media timeout. We'll catch our breath. 5-2 Biloxi. Back in a moment.
Let's welcome back to the ice, the Star Cougars Ice Crew.
Fly in for a daiquiri that scores every time. Mile High Daiquiris is an aviation-themed daiquiri shop and the official daiquiri of the Biloxi Breakers. Open 7 days a week and offering 15 refreshing flavors, Jello shots, beer, and even a non-alcoholic daiquiri. They supply mobile daiquiris for weddings, birthday parties, and events. Only 4.6 miles west of the Mississippi Gulf Coast Coliseum. Grab your crew and come try the best daiquiris on the Gulf Coast where flavor takes flight. Become a frequent flyer at 1107 Cohen Road, Suite B, Gulfport. .20 to go here, period 3. Devin Dobek with you on Breakers TV, YouTube, Sport FM 106.3, Super Talk, Mississippi. Out at the point, Matcham. Bumped out of the zone by Anderson, but gets the puck over to Bartlett. To the near side, Alden shot, got through to Bartlett, but he couldn't handle it. Breakers chip it out of the zone, but Infantino couldn't find Anderson. Collision in the corner involving Alden and Fisher. Right back to work comes Alden. Bartlett had it tied up by Fisher. Nice hit down low by Brandon Lucchese. Fisher just had his helmet pulled off. No call coming. He'll shoot it back towards the bench. Barkin with the officials on his way. He took exception to the no call there. Alexanian through the Breaker logo at center. Shoots one, didn't get much on it. Around Rosenzweig he goes. Rosenzweig got tied up, might have got hindered by the goal. And sprawling all around, he draws the whistle. Looked like a piece of his equipment got tangled in the net, and when he tried to adjust it, pulled him back, cartoon style, and kept the puck out, but could have been bad. It's been a fun contest here in Biloxi. Game number 15 of the season. Breakers are 8.5 minutes away from their 4th win. Below the end line, Curtis Hansen, assistant captain. Knocked into the wall, Hieka Tapali. Pushed off by Anderson. Carter Thornton now. Flips it up into the air. Davidson to flank on the forecheck. Matcham, who had the second goal for the Zydeco, leads the breakout.
Madyarov run into the wall hard by Darius Davidson and then tripped up after the play. No call coming. Thornton with a chance to break it free. Green coming around. Thornton almost had a chance in all alone. Scored his first as a breaker last night. Backhand feed through to the middle for Henry. Now Lucchese shoots one, still loose in front. Thornton couldn't bury the rebound. Haven't seen Aldiner land much in this third period. Certainly hope that he's okay. Didn't see anything as to why he would be out of the game. Do not see him down on the bench, so hope that he's okay. Fisher. Pass into the middle. Popped up in the air by Caden Henry. Settled down by the Zydeco. Kuznetsov into the zone. Backhanding one to the middle. Chirac, toe drag release off the post. Scott Chirac with a bullet. Just got denied. Katola's shot on the follow is held by Rosenzweig. 6:58 to go. And it's another face-off coming. Fisher continuing to plead his case with the official about the play earlier on the wall when he had his helmet removed. Have to go back and take another closer look ourselves. Inside 7 minutes to go. Cox bumps into Anderson, taken away by Bondi. A little too indecisive. Refs or the linesman rather, is in a tough spot out in the middle. Almost connected with Jake Cox, who was in a prime scoring area. Katola to the tape of Chirac. Now Cox on the near side, surveying for a lane. Drops it for Kuznetsov, down low. Chirac, speared away by Rosenzweig. Infantino in the neutral zone, another scrum, and the puck back deep into the Breakers' end. 6:15 to go in our third period. Hockey in the South. Anderson, a little trouble playing it in Gretzky's office behind Rosenzweig. Anderson, right through the blue paint. Now a centering feed. Rosenzweig, are you kidding me? What a save by Josh Rosenzweig, and he gets the necessary whistle. Bondi shoving out front with Alden. Josh Rosenzweig with a 10-bell save. Rosenzweig slow to get back up, a full extension and then a collision just outside the crease. All his teammates checking in on him. Shots are 42-28 in favor of the Zydeco. 5-2, the Breakers lead it on the scoreboard. .603 remains. Henry on the draw, or Hansen, and he's going to be asked to depart. Darius Davidson will come in to take it. One by the Zydeco. Drive from Katola comes in. Bartlett deflected that one wide. Alexanian run into the wall by Hansen. Pushes the puck free. Rosenzweig heading off to the bench. Bumps into a guy in Navy, and Rosenzweig just drew himself another 2 minutes. So we're going to skate 4-on-4. Rosenzweig was trying to get to the bench, and he bumped into Alexanian, and so we're going to go 4-on-4 now. We'll see who Charlie Penz wants to serve for Rosenzweig. Guilty party for Baton Rouge heading off now. And it's Hunter Alden taking a seat. Rosenzweig pleading with the officials who don't want to hear anything about it. They'll tell him to return to his crease. And so matching penalties coming here will put us back at 4-on-4 hockey. Dalton Anderson will serve the penalty being assessed to Josh Rosenzweig. And the draw is going to come to the dot just outside the Zydeco blue line as a result, just about where the play was blown dead. Breakers were in possession, but as soon as Rosenzweig took the penalty, the play automatically goes dead. Back underway. Inside 5:45 to play here in the third period. Breakers searching for their first win since they took on the Zydeco back on November 8th. It's been 21 days, exactly 3 weeks. It's an interference call assessed to Rosenzweig. Chirac to the high slot, now with room, shoots one, and he missed the mark on the glove side of Rosenzweig. Flanagan, 1-on-3, shoots one in on Green, and he'll elect to hold on to that one, not release it. Offensive zone draw on tap for the Breakers. It has been a fun affair here in Biloxi. Breakers have had more to cheer about. A couple scraps in the first period. 2 goals in the first for the Breakers, 1 in the second, 2 in the third. 1 goal in the first for the Zydeco and 1 in the third. Face-off is controlled by Bartlett. Katola being harassed by Conway, pivots back away and will restart the charge. Bartlett for a moment lost it, gets it on over to Katola. Darting to the middle is Alexanian, and Rosenzweig gets bumped into for a moment by Alexanian, same guy he just bumped on the way to the bench. Katola back down low for Alexanian. Stick tie up by Pikarczyk. Big hit by him on Alexanian over on the sidewall. Alexanian working tenaciously to keep the possession alive. He runs into Crowder, going down himself in the process. And now a breakout pass off the skate of Pikarczyk. Icing will be waved off. 4 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the third period. Katola takes a couple stick checks from Conway. Hits the brakes, back up to the far point. Now Bartlett, far circle. Tied up with him is Spinelli. He takes a high stick from Bartlett, and the Breakers are going to head a man up. Hansen didn't like that from Bartlett, and now some more pushing and shoving. Rosenzweig grabs Hansen, wisely so. He says, we'd like the brief 4-on-3 into the 5-on-4 power play, and Spinelli has a fight in the game and now has drawn a penalty. Not bad for his debut, the Canton, Massachusetts native. It's a high stick assessed to Bartlett with 3:58 on the clock. So it'll be a brief 4-on-3, a walk-on's power play, and then a 5-on-4. See if the Breakers can add another one. Late one would be a great way to close out this affair and head into another week before you go for 4 straight on the road. Almost into the December month, can't believe it. A few weeks away from Christmas. Crowder through the neutral zone. Crowder, backdoor for Henry, scar! Caden Henry on the one-timer off the feet from Cole Crowder. Fires a howitzer right through Green. Henry's got his second of the night, and it makes it 6-2 Biloxi on the power play. Zydeco wins 6-2 last night. The Breakers lead it 6-2 here tonight. Penalty clocks have been cleared. Breakers 2 for 2 on the power play tonight. A positive sign for them. Next face-off won by Baton Rouge. Biloxi is up by 4 now. They've won 1 game at home. It was in overtime against the Zydeco. Credit the assist to Cole Crowder. Flanagan on the back end. Quick shot, they score. Rosenzweig was trying to get back into position, and a quick surprise shot comes in from Austin Weber. His second of the night, his third of the weekend, and it's 6-3. So the Zydeco get a little life back. Running out of time to really make it a competitive game, but another quick goal could at least spring an empty net situation for Chad Bailey's group. I'd be surprised if he pulled his netminder with a 3-goal deficit, but with a Biloxi team that's given up a bunch of spurts, including 4 goals in 5:13 yesterday. Anything could be within reach in theory. For now, Green stays put in his cage. Lucchese pops the puck back out into the neutral zone. Katola for Hansen. Hansen bats it in deep. Davidson will go chase on the forecheck. Back out to Lucchese. His drive from the red line goes over everything off the window. 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go in regulation. Katola around Spinelli. Hits the brakes. Spinelli adjusting to stay back with him. Davidson on the near side. Kuznetsov for Chirac. Chirac shoots, and that one goes over the cage and wide. 43 shots on net for Baton Rouge tonight, 29 for the Breakers. 2:17 to go here in the third. Miettinen running out of time to make a decision, now finds Chirac. Miettinen, the second star of last night's game, or the third star rather, with 3 assists. Chance in front, Rosenzweig leaped on it for a moment, and now it's still free. Miettinen into the skates of Crowder. Crowder couldn't push it forward and finally shovels it out of the zone. Chirac in front of the Breaker bench. Sends it for the near side on to Weber. Weber on hat-trick watch with 2, along with Caden Henry. 95 seconds to play here in regulation. Weber above the circle shoots one. Save made by Rosenzweig, and he'll cover up for a face-off to the liking of a few cowbells here. It's our final media timeout. We'll take it. 6-3 our score in Biloxi. Don't go anywhere.
Strength isn't built in a single race. It's earned, mile after mile, pedal after pedal, step after step. The same endurance that drives athletes to the finish line fuels the steady hands and sharp focus required in surgery. It's about resilience, precision, and commitment, in competition and in the operating room. Because true performance means showing up with excellence, no matter the arena.
.91 seconds to play in regulation. The Zydeco have pulled their netminder. 6 on 5. They're chasing 3, so it's a long journey, but a doable one. They got to strike quick, though. Quick shot from Cox is saved by Rosenzweig. Now back out to the point. Turned over. Conway shooting one the full length. He scars! Declan Conway with the exclamation point. And the Breakers make it 7-3 to close out this one and snap their 7-game slide. Conway with his 2nd of the night, 11th of the season. And that will end the comeback effort from Chad Bailey's group. Breakers' next home game will be on December the 19th. So a long time, about 3 weeks before their next home game. Around the goal, Johnson breaks it out to Alden. On over for Hiekatapali. He shoots, and a save made by Rosenzweig. Infantino run into the wall by Alden. Pikarczyk then bumped into him after the fact. Some shouting going on between Alden and Pikarczyk. Alden still beckoning Pikarczyk, tried to hook him there before he goes off for a change. Conway, loose puck, right on the ice over the wall. Nice play made by the Zydeco. Bondi in across the blue line. Shoots one, didn't get much on it. Collided with Garrett Johnson. 25 seconds to go. Zydeco maybe one last push. Lucchese with some pressure on Cox. Taken away by Davidson. He'll step across the blue. Runs over a man in the process. Now back out to Crowder. Puck spits free. Weber will hold. 3 seconds, 2 and 1, and that will do it. The Breakers take this one by a final of 7-3 and snap their 7-game slide. Josh Rosenzweig, the story tonight, 42 saves in the effort. And the home crowd will go home happy for the first time since November the 8th. The teams will converge at center for a moment. We'll keep it at the ice level just until everybody leaves to see if any more will come. Connor Green, who came in with some amazing numbers, as the Breakers salute the crowd. One more time here at home. They'll be back in 3 weeks. But a big win here tonight. And they jump back into 5th place in the Continental Division. And in a wild card spot. Thornton and Rosenzweig, one last celebration at center. And it's time for our 3 stars of the game. We'll keep it here.
Third star from your Breakers with 1 goal, 1 assist. Number 8,
Darius Davidson is the game's 3rd star with a goal and an assist. Waiting on our second.
with 2 goals, number 44,
Declan Conway is the game's 2nd star with a pair of goals, and that would have to imagine Caden Henry will be the game's 1st star.
with 2 goals, number 23, Jaden Henry.
So the Breakers take it the final 7-3. We're going to come back for a post-game show here tonight. So stick around. We'll be back in a few moments right here on Breakers TV. Welcome you into our Breakers post-game show. They take this one by a final of 7-3. The final shots on goal totals 45 for the Zydeco, 30 for the Breakers. It was a great game, start to finish. We knew we were going to get a good one after the way things unfolded yesterday. A new rivalry has been born between these two Continental Division foes, and even in the absence of A.J. Schlepp, there was still a couple fights. Brendan Spinelli dropping the gloves in the first period to get the momentum going and open the scoring eventually for the Breakers. Trey Fisher got into it with Ilner Madyarov as well in the frame. It was a roughing call, but even still nice to see that physical effort from the Breakers here tonight. What a game it was. Let's take you through how we got here. At 7:47 in the first period, Caden Henry scored his 14th of the season, with Trey Fisher picking up his first point of the year on the assist. Then at 12:10, Conway from Pikarczyk and Infantino makes it 2-0. To the back half of the period we go. 16:04 on the power play. Austin Weber scores. He had a great weekend, the best weekend he's had with the Zydeco this season, from Kuznetsov and Cox. Then at 15:11 in the second period, Darius Davidson picks up his third goal to make it 3-1 Biloxi. Yaroslav Dakimov then in the third period kicked off a big frame with a even strength goal unassisted at 4:03. 9:25, a shorthanded tally for the Zydeco, courtesy of Ethan Matcham. Credit the assist to Nick Katola. At 10:14 on the power play, the Breakers score again. Declan Flanagan's first of the season after a month absence, with the assist going to Davidson. Made it 5-2 Biloxi. Then Caden Henry at 16:19 on the power play scores from Cole Crowder. 16:38, just 19 seconds later, Austin Weber scores from Hieka Tapali and Garrett Johnson. And then Declan Conway with the empty net exclamation point at 18:41. Well, the Breakers needed a win. There's no secret about it. They've had a tough stretch, been playing some difficult teams, and of course last night felt that one got away from them. But a fun contest here. They definitely still got some kinks to work out and need to bolster the defense, but things are encouraging here with Biloxi. If you can get a great game from Josh Rosenswag, he seems to be the X factor. So the Breakers get that big victory here tonight. They only surrendered 3 goals. 5 against has been the magic number. Although tonight it wouldn't have been, that has been. So good goaltending and helping out your defense going forward will make this more consistent. The game's 3 stars. Darius Davidson is the game's third with a goal and an assist. Declan Conway with 2 goals and no assists is the game's second star. And Caden Henry with 2 goals and no assists is the game's first star. Another fun one here in the FPHL. You always get some good entertainment in Saturday night hockey here on the Gulf Coast South. Thanks so much to everybody who tuned into our telecast. On behalf of our production team here at the Coast Coliseum, my name's Devin Dobek. Thank you so much for tuning in. And always remember to live the dream. We'll see you next Friday night